not just a case. You're not just a client. You're a person, and you deserve support. You deserve simplicity. You deserve communication. When you hire an attorney, you deserve clear, risk-free advice that guides you to the best possible outcome in your injury case. And that's exactly what the advocates have been providing for over 30 years. After your accident, you deserve closure. You deserve compassion. You deserve peace of mind. You deserve an advocate.
This is The Monty Show, the truth in sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find The Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
Hey, The Monty Show, live on June 1st. We're halfway through the year, mofos, June 1st. Unbelievable. The Monty Show presented by The Advocates at theadvocates.com. The best injury attorneys in the business, you guys. In all seriousness, it is the 100 most dangerous days of the year kicking off right now. Please slow down. Please be careful. So many people, for instance, the kids are out of school. More scooters, more bicycles, more kids hopefully playing in the front yard, shooting hoops in the driveway. You got to slow down. You got to be careful. And if the worst happens, be prepared to get the best at theadvocates.com, where you get clear, risk-free advice 24/7, 365, where you need it, when you need it, and how you need it. Folks, trust me when I say the advocates are ready to fight for you. The insurance company is not trying to pay you. The insurance company, yes, they've taken your premiums. Does that mean they're going to do what's best for you? Of course not. They're going to do what's best for their shareholders. That's why you need somebody who's fought the insurance companies and won that fight. That's the advocates at theadvocates.com, where you never reach into your pocket. That's the best thing. There's no risk, because if the advocates don't win your case, you don't pay the advocates, because you don't pay unless they win your case. It is so simple. Get clear, risk-free advice right now, and please slow down. Take an extra look. Right? Everything, it happens so fast in this world. You wake up one day and there's nothing on the wall behind you. You are just Caucasian on Caucasian. And that's just what you have to guard against in this life. Isn't that right, Jake?
That is correct. Yes.
Wow. The acoustics in your room are very different.
Yes, they are very different. Yes. Yes.
You know, the welcome wagon in little old Missouri is out for you, Jake.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know. Midweek Coug, Jake, blink if you're in trouble. Are you locked up? Yeah. What is this, Jack Ryan?
Nope, not locked up. Just don't have my stuff. Don't have the background. Don't have the background at this time. You know, just work with what we have.
Coming at you from Scottsdale, Axe. I don't know where is that. Arkansas? Oh, Alaska. You're in Scottsdale, Alaska. Gotcha. Getting ready to tee off. Okay. Played a little golf on Saturday night. A little bit. You would call what a little bit of what I did playing golf. Hello, Frog Father. Good to see you. Mike Smith. Good to see you. Let's get right to work, because I think the world is going to shift today with this Brendan Sorsby case. I am appalled by this. I kid you not. Even as the sun blares into Jake's eyes, I say to you,
Just can't escape it, dude. Literally can't escape it, bro.
Let me get this right.
Every time to get it right,
time zones. You moved 2 time zones, and the sun followed you.
I just, you know.
Oh, what a loser!
I just literally
unbelievable.
Can't,
today is a landmark day in college sports, and I know we say that all the time, and there's all this hyperbole. And in the Big 12, you look at the storylines; most of them are not good. We're going to get to this Utah layoff case here in a few minutes. Terrible for the Big 12. Especially coming off of this stretch where Brett Yormark apostolized about how rich and how much money, and we're doing this and we're doing that, and we're laying people off at Utah. And we are fighting the fight to allow Brendan Sorsby to play college football, even though he broke the only rule Because you can gamble and still play college football. You can't gamble on your own team and continue to play college football. Now, because this is America, right? And we're making America great again. What you can do is say, okay, well, I gambled, but that's the NCAA's fault because I have anxiety and they weaponized my addiction against me. So I should be able to play college football again, even though I broke. And I admit, excuse me, I admit I broke the only rule you can't break, which is gambling on my own team. I broke the only rule you can't break, but I should still be able to play because it's your fault, not my fault, because I'm never the problem. Got it. Okay, cool, Brendan. Well, and hell of an argument. Hell of an argument, which is why you hire. And I think this is very important about the Brendan Sorsby case. You understand that he hired Jeffrey Kessler. You understand that not only did Jeffrey Kessler try the House case, right, where, you know, the House settlement, and not only did he try that case, but Jeffrey Kessler has won so many insurmountable cases. But not only did he hire Jeffrey Kessler, his backup attorney is a bro named Dustin Burrows, who is the Texas House of Representatives Speaker. The Speaker of the House of Representatives in Texas represents Brendan Sorsby. That's who the guy who gambled on his own team at Indiana and continued to gamble when he got to Lubbock this year, can't afford to pay Cincinnati their $1 million buyout, but he can hire Jeffrey Kessler and Dustin Burrows. What am I missing about this case? What am I missing? This is a guy who allegedly is a gambling addict, went to an in-house treatment facility, claims to be now fixed or cured or whatever the flip it is. And he's got the Texas House of Representatives, the Speaker of the Texas House of Representatives as his attorney, as well as Jeffrey Kessler. And we're just supposed to believe that nothing's wrong here. This is just what people do now. This stinks to high heaven, in my opinion. You today, because this hearing is today, if he is allowed to play college football, I will be stunned. Frankly, at this point, I'm going to be stunned if he doesn't win his case today. But if he's allowed to play college football, it's dead as we know it.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it speaks to the fact that college football has got a ton of corruption in it, which is what we talk about all the time. We talk about, you know, money and people of affluence affecting certain results in odd ways. And I think that, you know, this kid represents all the wrong things, man. I don't know how you get away from that. I mean, you at one point in this conversation, the question was, well, did they know or did they not know? You know, who knew, who didn't know? You know, like what really are we looking at? And it really more seems like now most people knew. He's got plenty of money to go and get great representation to get him out of this, you know, mess he's created for himself. And now we're just at a point where it's like, yeah, okay, cool. He bet on his own team that he was affecting the outcome of the game for. And we still want to allow him to play because we're Texas Tech and we think that, you know, it's you know, that's just what we need to happen. And I'm Brendan Sorsby I'm above the law. And that's the part that bothers me is that Brendan there's no respect for the game at this point. There's no respect for, you know, the right way to do things or the wrong way to do things, or it's literally just, man, I have to play, even though the media is saying that he's got a laundry list of suitors in the NFL, which I am not sure that I'm convinced of. I think that that's being generous, but people are saying that he's got a lot of teams that would be interested in signing him, which again, if that's true, makes me ask, well, why would you even put yourself through this? Why not just go to the NFL and make your money and put this behind you. Take the Jim Harbaugh route, right? Like why do this to yourself? But this kid, apparently has a hill to die on. And that's just what I don't understand about the situation.
I am amazed. And again, I'm not trying to be an a-hole about this. Maybe I shouldn't be amazed. Maybe I shouldn't be amazed. It is shocking to me that Buddy is going to argue the NCAA weaponized the gambling industry against Brendan Sorsby as though it's like a personal affront and, it's the NCAA's fault that Brendan Sorsby is a gambling addict. Because that's what he's arguing.
Mm-hmm.
If you read the tea leaves, because remember what Brendan Sorsby has said. I placed hundreds of bets over the course of the 4 years that I've played college football. He sent money to family and friends to place bets on his behalf, including once he had arrived in Lubbock at Texas Tech. He continued the pattern. At least 40 bets were placed on Indiana football while he was a member of the Indiana football program. 40 bets on Indiana football. Well, guys, remember,
he never bet on himself or his own team.
No, Jake, he was trying to fit in.
Oh,
he was trying to relate and be closer to his teammates.
Right.
Which is the NCAA's fault that you're not good enough to start at Indiana, where they sucked out loud at the time. That's the NC, because they weaponize things against this victim, Brendan Sorsby. It's the NCAA's fault. His lawsuit, in my opinion, the shocking part of this is, remember, he's asking for an injunction so that he can play football while he sues. Sorsby admitted to all of this in court filings. And I'll remind you, NCAA rules say players who gamble on their own teams or schools are subject to a permanent loss of eligibility.
I'm giving you a fucking answer.
It's over. Nobody across any sport has ever been found to have gambled on their own team and their own sport and then been allowed to play.
Cheating, lying, and then playing the victim.
It's never happened. If you gamble on yourself or your team, you're not allowed to play in any sport. Why should Brendan Sorsby be the guy that's allowed to play? What is it that's special about Brendan Sorsby that should make him the trailblazer? This is so bad for college athletics. And again, as much of a fraud as I think most of these lawsuits are, if Brendan Sorsby is allowed to play at Texas Tech, the only fraud in this conversation will be Texas Tech, will be Joey McGuire and Cody Campbell. And there is no defense if you're a Texas Tech fan. And Brendan Sorsby somehow wins this case today. And you stand there and you clap for him this fall, whether they play Texas or not, which we're going to talk about. Whether they play Texas or not, there is no excuse for you to stand and support Brendan Sorsby. Not when you have a perfectly capable and I think just as well off Will Hammond. Not when you are Texas Tech and you can go and buy any quarterback that you want. At what point do you stop selling your soul to support Brendan Sorsby? At what point do you do that?
I don't know. I mean, clearly there's not a commitment to stop selling their soul. I mean, that's because that's you made a comment there. Hey, you can get any quarterback you want. But in this particular situation, they couldn't get any quarterback they want, which is why they find themselves in this very situation, right? Because you wanted Sam Leavitt. You couldn't get him. He went to LSU because Lane got him before you could. And so you defaulted to this guy. And again, I have to say, like, I have real reservations about about the idea that you didn't know anything about this before you signed this kid. I really struggle with that. And the idea that Tech thinks that it would be okay to have this kid on the football field is just
Wild.
insane to me. I don't know. I don't know if you're Joey and Cody. I wouldn't put it past Cody Campbell, but that's just my opinion. But Joey McGuire, while an average ass football coach until last year, in my opinion, I feel like at least had some integrity. And I just feel like if you put this kid out on the football field as your starting quarterback, man, I really hope someone asks the question like, hey, like how do you square that, Joey? How do you reconcile that this kid bet on the game that he was playing in and now he's your starting quarterback? Are we really supposed to believe that this kid isn't still gambling behind the scenes or through other people? Because we know that he did that. He worked that angle because I know he's such a victim that he couldn't really think, oh man, well, how could I do this without getting caught? He worked with other people, man. He said, hey, here's $30. Go and place these bets for me. That's been reported and verified
Widely. Widely.
So how am I supposed to believe that this kid's not going to gamble if he were to play at Texas Tech?
No. How do you believe that this kid's not going to throw the outcome of football games because he's a gambling addict and the quarterback at Texas Tech? Yeah. Because we already know that he is willing and able to bet on his own team because he did that more than 40 times at Indiana. That's the ultimate question. How are we, what is it that we're supposed to believe has changed in Brendan Sorsby? Because according to Sorsby and his attorneys, the NCAA has weaponized his condition to shore up a facade of competitive integrity while simultaneously profiting from the very gambling ecosystem it policies. That's their argument. They're saying that Brendan Sorsby has an anxiety and mental health condition. And they're saying that the NCAA weaponized his condition to shore up a facade of competitive integrity. Fuck out of here. Like, are you, first of all, I understand that people deal with depression and anxiety. It's a real condition. Nobody's weaponizing it against you or Brendan Sorsby. You are in full control of your ability and your decision making. And when you're not, you have people around you, I don't know, like Texas Tech, who has, I'll remind you, thanks to ChatGPT last night while researching to talk about this, Texas Tech has one of the leading addiction institutes on the planet. Right there in Lubbock. So I agree. He should stay in Lubbock. He should work on his life and get healthy because that's the focus, right? Oh, no. The focus isn't. The focus isn't for Brendan Sorsby to get healthy. Because notice we're not talking about that. We're talking about winning football games. Oh. We're talking about paying him NIL money that he will then not turn around and pay to Cincinnati, who he also is in court with. Because remember, he had a contractual obligation to pay Cincinnati $1 million, who's now suing him because he refused to do so. So let me get this right. You refused to live up to your obligations at Cincinnati. You admit you didn't live up to your ethical obligation at Indiana. And now we're supposed to believe just somehow you're going to be a Boy Scout in Lubbock. I'm going to say that's not the case.
I mean, it's just, do you see how ridiculous this is? Like, do you see how just like way over the top this is? Like the fact that he's claiming a condition. I'm here for a conversation around that gambling companies, put people in bad positions. They take advantage of people's desires. The accessibility piece. Okay. Like we can talk about that, but I can't get down with, hey, this kid's a victim and he somehow didn't know any better. And and he just was doing it to get closer to his teammates. I mean, that might be one of the wildest angles or like thought processes that I've ever seen anybody try to make about gambling. And I don't, this really is, I feel like, going to turn into having nothing to do with Brendan Sorsby ultimately. And I feel like they're going to walk in there and they're just going to argue that, this isn't about the kid. This is about a bigger system at play. And the NCAA, is corrupt and, they're profiting and X, Y, and Z. And the truth is, I agree. The NCAA, yes, on some level, makes a ton of money from gambling and the whole system, if you will. But that doesn't mean what Brendan Sorsby did is correct, or he should be able to strap on his pads for Texas Tech this year. That's the problem we have in this country. Oh, well, here's an issue. Yeah, but look over here at the squirrel. Like, come on, dude. Like, it's incredible, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, face value, you gambled on your own team. You're done. That's it. Go to the league, which, again, I still maintain. Why are you fighting this? Go to the league, dude.
Yeah.
Put it behind you.
Yeah. But is exactly right. You bet on Indiana, Brendan. Yeah, but
Monty,
Monty, I have anxiety, and they're weaponizing that against me. No, they're not, Brendan. Yes, they are. Okay, right. It's remarkable. What if you're somebody that battles mental health? This has to infuriate you.
I'm sure it does. Yeah.
Because again, I believe that depression and anxiety is very real, and people deal with it on a daily basis, and they're not paid millions of dollars to do it. I don't think that being a college athlete in today's ecosystem is all that incredibly difficult. Your only job is not to get up. That's your only job, man. Right? And I know that's simplistic. I know there's pressures. I know there's issues and hurdles, and mom needs money. And my friend, I totally get it. To file a lawsuit where you claim that the NCAA is weaponizing your mental health against you is absolutely ridiculous. And again, if he wins this court case today, because he's going to court to try and get an injunction, which essentially says, hey, the NCAA has ruled me ineligible. The Big 12 will not certify me for competition. Put a legal injunction, a stop of that says, hey, while I sue the Justice Department, or while I sue the NCAA through the Justice Department, I'm allowed to play football at Texas Tech. I have a hard time believing a judge is going to allow that. Because again, I will continue to tell you that sports betting is banned in every major sport. Multiple players in the NBA and college basketball have faced federal probes regarding tampering with games and performance. It's unprecedented for a player to be allowed to participate in game action after gambling on their own games at any level. Why? Again, I ask, why should Brendan Sorsby be the one that's allowed?
Yeah. What's special about Brendan Sorsby, man?
And I know that we have a lot of Texas Tech fans who listen to this show. And I know that we are not allowed to question Texas Tech on anything, on any level, because that just makes us the scourge of your butthole. And I totally get that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
I don't even disagree with you about that. We rack brown eyes daily.
Hugh Janus.
But my point is, why are you as a Texas Tech fan defending Brendan Sorsby? What does he mean to you? Is winning football games so important to you that you don't care about your integrity?
Yeah,
that you don't care.
I think it is.
about your
Legit, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Look who's leading them. Look what does Cody Campbell stand for? What have we seen through his behavior? right? Like all they
But
care
Jake, he's
about.
on the Pat McAfee show.
I know, and the Pat McAfee show is just the gospel in college football now, apparently.
But he's also he's also on the presidential committee to bloviate and do nothing about the college sports problems.
yeah, we'll talk about we'll talk about all
Semites.
the gold in the room, and we'll spend a bunch of taxpayer money and do absolutely nothing with it.
Cashless.
And it'll be great. And I sit here and I watch this guy from afar, and we talk about him, and I'm just simply asking, like, what am I supposed to look forward to with Cody Campbell and Texas Tech? Am I supposed to find myself rooting for you this season? Am I supposed to find myself saying, man, I'm so glad that Texas Tech is the one that's on top of the Big 12 right now, and man, I'm just so glad that Texas Tech is now the one that carries the water in this conference, right? Come on, dude. Like, it's so ridiculous.
And I will say, am I the only one who feels like if Brendan Sorsby had paid his $1 million buyout, we wouldn't be having this conversation?
Yeah, I think that's the irony in it all. Because I don't just put it on Brendan. My opinion is that the $1 million buyout thing, to me, has just reeks of handshake agreement between Cody and his team and Brendan Sorsby and his team.
It's what you said. It's what you said when Cincinnati filed the lawsuit.
Yeah, come to Texas Tech and we'll pay the buyout. And because they chose not to, now Cincinnati's out of them, dude.
Cincinnati. I think the only reason we know that Brendan Sorsby gambled is because he didn't live up to his obligation to pay Cincinnati the $1 million, which was your point originally.
Yeah,
they only ratted him out because he refused to pay them the buyout.
Yeah, and I think that the refusal of Brendan to pay the buyout to me stems from he doesn't have the $1 million himself. And my opinion is he doesn't have that money. And part of him coming to Tech was, hey, Cody, y'all come to Tech, but like we're gonna have to work that out with Cincinnati with the $1 million.
Yes.
And then Cody, again speculating? My opinion is that Cody Campbell thought better of it and said, well, they're not gonna out us, because if they out us, they're outing themselves, because he gambled at Cincinnati, he gambled at Indiana. We just found out over the weekend he gambled at Texas Tech in his short tenure there already. So Cody's angle was, well, we're not going to pay the $1 million because we have this perceived leverage.
This is your opinion, though.
Yeah, this is my opinion. Yeah, just like I said 2 seconds ago, my opinion speculating that Cody Campbell, his thought was, well, we're not going to pay the $1 million because we don't think that Cincinnati would out themselves and would want to get into some kind of legal, fight with the NCAA over knowing that he gambled. I
don't know, man. I have no idea what that equation looks like. My opinion is Brendan Sorsby just doesn't have the money to pay it.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion is Brendan Sorsby can't afford to pay Cincinnati the $1 million. And instead of paying it, he said, what are you guys going to do about it? Or hoped that they would do nothing about it and would not pursue him.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I continue to say, if you really want to reform college football, make it so until he pays the $1 million, he can't enroll in another university. And none of this would have happened.
Yeah.
Because my opinion is Cincinnati is the one who outed him. My opinion is they outed him because he refused to pay the $1 million. My opinion is they sued him thinking he would cave, and he still didn't pay the $1 million. And here we are. I think that none of this would have happened. And I think if he sues the NCAA, he is probably counting on and here's the other thing that I can't quite wrap my head around. I was talking to an NFL guy the other day who said, if he actually wins on Monday, he loses in the NFL. Well, what do you mean? Well, because do you know how much more damaging information is going to come out on him?
Yeah.
If this goes further, the NCAA is not going to acquiesce. The NCAA is not going to relent. The NCAA is going to go after Brendan Sorsby. I think the NCAA is going to dump a trove of information, and the NFL is going to have to really, really look at Brendan Sorsby. Do you want a guy? You guys, all these rumors that Brendan Sorsby is a hot prospect in the supplemental draft. He bet on his own team at Indiana. And that just doesn't math
now,
to you? Like, hey,
listen,
this could be a problem?
Dude, we've seen the NFL look the other way on a lot of things, man.
Dude.
But gambling on your own team, that would be a new low, in my opinion. That's a new low for the league.
That would be shocking. And again, my guess is there are some Texas Tech fans who are not happy about this. But there's only one Texas Tech fan that matters and speaks for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Cody Campbell. That's Cody Campbell, who keeps picking fights again and again. Because I think that's all this Texas thing is. I think that's all this, hey, we're going to play Texas in week 1. Because what is anybody talking about in Lubbock? Oh, Texas is scared of us. Texas is running. They could play us in week 1. Hey, Texas, you cowards. Oh, they're scared of us. Because that means we're not talking about Brendan Sorsby's gambling addiction that's being weaponized against his anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
That's all this is, I'm telling you. So here's my question for you. Do you think Brendan Sorsby wins his case today? Will this judge issue an injunction that will allow Brendan Sorsby to play college football this year? Get in the comment section only after you hit the like button. Please hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. Do you think Brendan Sorsby wins or loses his case today? I think that's because this is a big deal. This is a big deal.
Look, if this judge today goes, yeah, I'm going to give you an injunction because we need to vet this out with the NCAA. We've seen judges do this before in different cases where it's like when it comes to injunctions of like, hey, I'm only granting this because I want to see what the NCAA has to say about this. And like, I want to, hear all of this, not necessarily because I want to give you your eligibility back.
Right.
That to me I think that would be worst case scenario, because then just like you were just saying, Tech is going to spin that as some ridiculous win. And, oh man, like, Sorsby for mayor and that whole, they're just going to pump him up to no end, which is going to be annoying as hell. But if this judge has any vision, any sense of responsibility, any sense of, what's right and wrong, if you will, legally, that he will lose this injunction today, and he will be told, hey man, like rules are rules, like can't get around it. It is what it is. You want to fight the NCAA on the rules, that's for a different day. But as far as you're concerned, the rules are the rules. That to me will bring me some sense of relief, because I do have real concerns. I'll be honest. Like I have real concerns with how money's affecting college football and the corruption we have going on, and stuff like this only adds to that fire.
Yeah, I don't know how you fix it. I really don't. And as far as this supplemental draft goes, it just is, it's wild to me that you would have an entire process built around Brendan Sorsby, because I think he'd be the only player this year, unless I'm incorrect about that, because we haven't had a supplemental draft in
long time,
a couple of years at least.
Yeah.
Right. And, like it is one of those things. I think I was reading last night. We haven't had, it was the Arizona Cardinals selecting Jalen Thompson. And I want to say it was 2019 was the last time a player was selected in the supplemental draft.
Because of course it was the Arizona Cardinals.
Just because you have a supplemental draft doesn't mean anybody's going to select that player. Would teams select Brendan Sorsby? I have to think so. Because really what it is, And I think the way I would describe it, the supplemental draft is a draft for players who are in trouble. You're either academically ineligible or not allowed to play for whatever. Terrell Pryor at Ohio State comes to mind.
Yeah.
Terrell Pryor was a supplemental guy. Like, you have situations.
Ohio State.
So, Payson Cougar fan. Is there an NFL supplemental draft this year? Usually late June, early, but not every year. Because there's not players who apply for it. So, Jake, they repoed your shoes.
Yeah, bro. Just waiting for him to get here.
Marcus wants to know if you're sitting in a corner.
I am.
You are sitting in a corner.
Yes.
Okay. He sees the corner behind. I just noticed it.
Does it bother you that much, Marcus?
Well, I mean, no, I don't think so. It's just, what are you going to do? Like,
I mean,
do you have a plan?
This is temporary. Yeah, I mean, we'll get it dialed in. But I just wanted, I didn't want to have any randomness in the background. I just wanted to have a nice clean background for until all my stuff gets here.
Lazy ass. James, with that plain ass wall behind him, Jake appears to be serving his nickel at Leavenworth now. There you go.
Dirac.
Nothing says fitting in like group betting.
Right.
That's the quickest way I can fit in with my new coworkers.
Let
me get to
it's not
Bovada.
fitting in. It's not fitting in. It's getting closer to them. Okay.
Why don't I have an affair with their wives?
Yeah. There you go. I mean, see, that works, right?
No, they'll weaponize that against me. Let's start the year off with Texas and Texas Tech at AT&T
Dude,
Stadium.
you're not a Texas Tech fan. Stop.
God,
Stop it.
You're just so miserable.
Bro.
You're so miserable. Now you're a Texas Tech fan. Okay.
Well, good. See, that's actually good news. That means if we do get the game, Tech is going to lose. You just blacklisted them.
I played golf with 2 Tech fans the other day that were adamant that he should play this year at Tech. Yeah. Funny story, you talk about playing golf. I was in the clubhouse the other day when I sort of played golf. And these dudes were sitting around, to their credit, drinking Modelo.
Good choice.
And arguing over Brendan Sorsby. And what was their argument? And again, remember, I'm in Seattle, Washington. Brendan Sorsby should play. And it turns out, as I sat there and listened, oddly enough, the one guy who said no was a Texas Tech alum. So it just happened that one of them was a Texas Tech alum and the other 5 or 6 of them, and they were probably all in their 30s, 40s. Couple of them were much older. The one Texas Tech guy absolutely was like, nah, I don't think he should play. Don't think he should play. Nope. Like, so not all Texas Tech fans think, but there certainly is he was saying, the Tech fans you run into at the golf course the other day. I'm telling you, read our comment section. There is a large swath of Texas Tech fans who will go guns up to say Brendan Sorsby.
I want it.
No doubt. I'm an Oak State fan, says this should be like Survivor. Brendan, the tribe has spoken. Torch is out. I don't know. I don't watch shows like Survivor. I have a life. Jake, you watch Survivor every week. What does Torch is out mean?
That would be a reference to someone being eliminated and their season coming to an end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jake Young, he's only sorry because he got caught. Ding.
Facts.
Ding. 30,000 worth of bets for bad Indiana, and we're supposed to believe it was always to win.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Sure.
Oh, we're gonna lose anyway. Might want to take the over on 2 picks today.
Yeah. Jeremiah Champion. This is such bullshit. I have mental health issues yet. I'm not sitting here using it as an excuse to be a POS. Wow. A POS. Okay. I like it. Acronym State James. FAFO, Sorsby.
Yeah.
Bro, I was at Costco yesterday buying some halibut because, pimps are going to pimp. Anyway, the point is,
around and find out.
Buddy had on a shirt. that didn't say F around. It said around and find out. And it had like the float shot and all the
float
stuff.
shot.
It was amazing. It was an amazing show. The Oklahoma State fan in the room. Just imagine if Sorsby had paid his buyout at Cincinnati, the Bearcats wouldn't have blown the whistle. That's what I was just saying. And this wouldn't have been leaked to the public. I'm a believer.
You didn't pay your bill, and now it is, and here we are.
Yeah. Yeah. They're fighting because the NFL isn't going to have a supplemental draft for him. He has to apply. I don't know that they won't or they will.
Bro, he's a victim. He needs his last year of eligibility. Come on.
They've weaponized it against him.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a condition that they are just unaccepting of. Like, come on.
Oh, boy. Ryan Duffy.
Here we go.
The stupid generalizations about an entire alumni base. He didn't say an entire alumni base. He said the guys he was playing golf with.
Yeah, I'm not really sure
where you got the entire...
with
2 Tech fans the other day, and they were adamant that he should play this year. What do you mean generalization?
Yeah, what does that mean, dude?
He didn't generalize. Oh, this one. There are a lot of Tech fans who literally, again, he didn't say the entire fan base. They only care about winning because Cody has them convinced they're capable of winning a natty. You know, like, I don't think it's generalizations. I'm a Tech fan, and I hate this so much. Yeah, I think it's bad for Tech. This Sorsby thing's a bad look. Gently, I say, and please do not lose your bowels in your shorts over this. Gently, I say, Cody Campbell has made Texas Tech fans much dumber.
That's what fucking ticks me to fuck off.
Like, they have it. All you see is buy talent, win game. Me buy talent, me win game. No gambling, weaponized. We win game. Like, that's what you've been dumbed down to. That's the problem in Tech right now.
Yeah.
We have the money, so we're the best, which is completely false.
Oregon has other thoughts.
Right? And it's why this thing with Texas Tech and Texas is such a problem. Right? Like, and I want Cody Campbell to succeed on some level because I think he has some good ideas. But, buddy, stop sitting on your wallet and stop telling us how much money you have and stop, like, who cares? Like, Cody, do you guys understand? Cody Campbell's entire identity is how much money's in his wallet. You understand that, right? What else do you even know about Cody Campbell? Oh, he's an oil man, Monty. Okay. You know nothing about Cody Campbell other than he's rich and he's a Texas Tech fan.
Mm-hmm.
That's his entire identity. That's it. You know, he pays millions of dollars for softball players. That's it. You know that he co-signs Brendan Sorsby's gambling addiction. You know that he does not seem to care, or in my opinion, has not demonstrated one F about the fact that Cody Campbell is in breach of contract with Cincinnati, allegedly.
Right.
All Cody Campbell cares about is how much money's in his wallet and how he can spend it to make Texas Tech football win games.
Yeah, and I feel like that attitude is pervasive for a lot of people. I mean, I think it is lost on people that like, look at Indiana. Indiana only started seeing success after Mark Cuban got involved. Because Mark Cuban gets involved, and then Cignetti gets involved, and all of a sudden now you have what you need to go out and compete at a much higher level. And notice Indiana is not sitting out here, you know, doing what Tech is doing. Indiana actually went on and won a national championship so they can operate in a certain way. And I think that's the key difference in reputation before we get to this Texas thing, because I think it's important people view this the right way. If you had gone to even the semifinal of the CFP this past season, you had, you know, beat Oregon, go to the semifinal, maybe you have a slugfest with whoever's next, and you get knocked out in a really tight game, and everyone respects what you're doing down there. What all this junk you talked to Texas and Sark would have come off completely differently But since you did get shut out, since you didn't perform, since you did look like ass, since Baron Morton was ass, this looks like you're just a little brother in Texas.
Brendan, hey, Baron Morton's a big game quarterback.
I know, dude. It doesn't matter what the venue is. And again, Zach Wilson headband in Texas Tech land, any place, anytime, any hour, whatever it said.
Do you guys remember how much shit was lost by Texas Tech fans on this show? We were talking about the stats on big game Brendan, or excuse me,
Brendan, sure.
excuse me, right? Baron. Like,
come on, dude.
Baron Morton, in my opinion, Brendan Sorsby, is he better than Baron Morton? Yes. Is he a national championship caliber quarterback? No. No, and again, I will say, look at Miami. If Miami has a better quarterback than Carson Beck last year, if they had Darian Mensah last year, they win a national championship. I know you hate Darian Mensah, so please don't. Again, you don't empty your bowels.
Sometimes I think I just say shit.
And I know you
comes out of my mouth.
You don't often wear underwear, but the point is,
right?
Don't. Darian Mensah, the god of college football, he would have won a national champ, but Baron Morton and stuff. Big Blue Horses, I think you're looking at it wrong. He knows he's losing, but he has to mitigate the damage with the NFL. Claim victim status now out the sob story. Poor me. NFL look away.
Yeah, I just disagree with that, dude.
Yeah, I think the hard part is he admits he gambled on his own team.
Yeah.
And I think the very good question is, would he be drafted in a supplemental draft? And I don't know the answer to that. Why is he fighting so hard to stay in college football?
Got me, dude. Got me.
Right? I mean, if you're such a stud and you're going to the NFL and you have all this opportunity, because the money is going to be better in the NFL.
No question.
Why are you fighting so hard? Oh, because the college life is easy. Oh, it's so hard to be a student athlete, Monty. Apparently it's not that hard because a lot of dudes are trying to keep that eligibility.
Yeah, hey, brother, was it that hard when you were taking gambling 201 with your professor? No, it probably wasn't, dude. Was it that hard when, you were transferring and transferring and transferring? Because again, I want to point that out. This is another cat that's transferred 3 times now in his college career. And what do we know about those guys? Guys who transfer, athletes who transfer 3, 4, 5 times. We know that they have issues of some variety. Sometimes it's inability to get on the field. Sometimes it's academics. Sometimes in Brendan Sorsby case, it's just pissing away money because you can't help yourself allegedly.
Usually it's that they suck.
Yeah. Right. I mean, that's just what it is. So I don't know, man. This is being fought for all the wrong reasons. And there isn't a good answer as to why he wouldn't just go to the NFL. And that's the problem.
Totally agree. I'm not here to accuse Cody Campbell of felonies. But I also don't see any way he wins. Yeah, I don't see any way he wins.
Yeah.
Well, Scoop, this is the thing you'd be worried about if you're in the NFL. That he would gamble on games while on your roster. Jake Young, depends on the judge. If he's a Tech fan, he's not. She's not. So, welcome to the nightmare. I can't see Sorsby winning this case.
I just don't know how, if you're a judge, you in right and sound mind, approve this case. Like, give him a win here. That would be incredible.
I don't know either how you would. I don't know how you would do that. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, I think the percentages are not with him. But, yeah, I don't see any way, Randy, he wins. But stranger things have happened. It's not dissimilar from Pete Rose. Jay Chapman. Did the judge bank account get a sudden boost?
No comment.
Right? The officiating is already bad enough through college football. Letting this kid play a down this year will cause fans to completely lose confidence in the integrity of the sport. Totally agree. Ryan Duffy is a Tech alum. I was unaware of this case. I want Sorsby to lose and move on, but Jeffrey Kessler being involved makes me nervous as hell. And the Speaker of the Texas House of Representatives is his backup attorney.
That's the crazy part, dude. That's the insane part.
Nobody puts baby Jakey in a corner except himself. Jake tends to back himself into corners all the time, though, metaphorically speaking.
It vexes me.
On the flip side, though, the only group I have less confidence in than the NCAA is our judicial system. They've actually come through lately. Like, amazingly, Jay Chapman. I think if Sorsby is allowed to play, the big in the SEC aren't going to break away quickly.
I don't think the big in the SEC aren't breaking away at all.
At some point this week, we got to talk about pooled media rights again, which I'd rather pull my own toes off on the show, but
agreed.
I hate talking about pool. It's so bad. Again, another Cody Campbell effort. Pool all our media rights because we're fucking broke. Socialism. Rock and rant. I just talked about the Miami Hurricanes. Brendan Sorsby took the under on the amount of decorations on Jake's background. Now he can pay for his lawyers.
Dude, listen, I'll listen. If it means that much to you guys, I'll figure something out. I'll go to the store tonight and just hang some random piece of something on the wall. Just if it means that much,
Welcome to the nightmare. Next week's team builder is going to the casino. The Oklahoma State fan James in the room is going to make everybody lemon pepper wings. So we're going to do a cooking class at Magic City.
There you go.
With James. So we would never gamble on our own teams on this show. Go to strip clubs.
We have positions, Monty.
And eat that meat. Yes.
Eat that meat.
What? Wings, lemon pepper. James says the wings at Magic City are amazing.
Eat that meat, Brendan.
Hiscock.
Insufferable state James. Okay. Red Raider James. He is now a Red Raider fan.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, real quick.
Yeah.
Ooh. Having an addiction, even if legit, does not absolve you from the consequences or guilt. You may be legit alcoholic caused by PTSD. If you kill someone drunk driving, you're going to suffer consequences. If you're an addict and you commit petty crime or petty theft to feed your addiction, that doesn't mean you're not committing petty crimes.
Before we get to this, can you just put midweek Cougs comment on the screen here, second from the bottom? This is an incredible stray, dude.
Hold on. That run stairs, man. Wow. Wow. Ryan Duffy, did Monty buy new office glass floor at Costco?
Unreal, bro.
Did you? And if you haven't seen it, it was not the short is on the channel. I have a little, whatever it is, I think it's ergonomics because this chair just, like I'm sitting here and my right shoulder blade and my elbow hurt. So I've been using a 5-pound dumbbell to do like tricep, bicep, just do some like general rehab while I sit in my desk and slave over a hot stove all day.
Right.
And I was speaking to a large group of people the other day on a video call, and I had the weight on my desk. And it rolled off my desk. And I used to have a piece of what's called Gorilla Glass. It's a piece of glass that you put your office chair on top of and roll around to protect your floor. And it is bulletproof, weighs about 200 pounds. I dropped a 5-pound weight and it hit the corner of the Gorilla Glass, which then exploded underneath me.
Oh.
And in my kitchen, in the closet, everywhere, underneath, everything. It was unbelievable. It was the biggest mess I have ever seen. Cleaned up, admittedly, cleaned up in 15 minutes. Miss Monty came home and helped me clean it up.
Hey, Monty.
Hey, Monty. It was brutal.
Yeah.
It was brutal. All right. Can we talk about this Texas Tech thing real quick? Because I'm again going to say Cody Campbell and Texas Tech talk entirely too much. And I struggle with I don't like Cody Campbell. I think that's pretty clear. I don't respect him. I don't like the way he does business in college sports. He wants Texas and Texas Tech to play. Now, you remember, and I don't think we have the bite anymore, but the other day, Sark said, and he's talking about Texas Tech, there's a team in our state that plays in another conference. He could be talking about TCU. Nobody talks about TCU. My bad. That has a schedule that I would argue, if I played with our 2s and 3s, we could go undefeated, and they'll probably make the CFP this year. Steve Sarkisian, noted addict, who I don't believe gambles on college sports.
Or sues the NCAA.
Funny how that works. To which Texas Tech internalized this whole thing and with outrage said, okay, well, let's play then.
You know, Sark, we played him. We got our butts kicked the last time we played him. We're 1-1 against Texas since I've been there. And I said, there's no way they're talking about us, because Sark's a pretty tough guy. His teams are really tough. And I would think that if he was talking about us, that he would call us out. Like, he wouldn't just say, you know, just kind of this comment of, well, there's another team in our state. And so I guess he was talking about us. So I've actually talked to Keith Patterson and I've talked to GJ Kinney, and they're willing to take our games, and Abilene Christian will go to Texas State. We'll buy our contract out of Abilene Christian. I'm sure, because Texas has got a lot of money, they can buy their contract out. But I do know there's a lot of Red Raiders that will help them buy that contract out if they don't want to. And they can come to Lubbock week 1. And, you know, we can figure out if their 2s and 3s can win this conference. And no, I know a lot of people are going to say a lot of stuff about me or about us. We didn't score in the playoffs. That's obvious. You can take a shot at us for that. We didn't score in the playoffs. Last time we played Texas, we got beat 57-7. And he played some of his 2s and 3s. They kicked the crap out of us. But, you know, I know he feels really good about his team if he's making those comments. And, man, we would love to play the University of Texas week 1 in Lubbock. I do know that Cody Campbell reached out to Stephen Jones, so they don't want to come to Lubbock, and we're going to work on trying to get AT&T week 1. So if they want to play week 1, then we're ready. We would love to play the University of Texas.
Why would they come to Lubbock? You're the desperate ones. They're not. Why would they come to Lubbock? Why don't you go to DKR? Why would they come to Lubbock? Okay. 1, should Texas play Tech week 1 this season? No, they should not. You're trying to win a national championship. Your schedule is already, in my opinion, there's no win here for Texas. Which is why I think Texas Tech is so loudly doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get this right. You think it would be good business for the University of Texas to play Texas Tech and Ohio State week 1 and week 2? Joey, if you were the coach in Austin, you would agree to that? No, you probably wouldn't. Oh, that's right. And then in week 4 or week 5, I think it is, that Texas would go to Tennessee. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't? Because they have a bye week, or no, they have Oklahoma. But then that's right, they have Cockneck at Florida.
Well, but Monty, they you know, the Big 12 schedule is just so similar to the SEC schedule that, I mean, come on, it's not that much of a talking point, right?
Why on earth would Texas take this game? Why on earth would Texas take this game? And Cody Campbell knows that, which is why he talks such nonsense about Texas and Texas Tech.
Well, so, you know, you and I talk a lot about Texas, and but I don't know if you know the difference between bulls and steers. Do you know the difference?
So the bulls, you know, they kind of go trotting around looking, you know. And
well, there's an important there's an important physical difference, and this is a family show, so I'm not going to lay it out to you. But I think a lot of your viewers know, and you maybe have some of your guys look it up.
Okay.
But Bevo, the Longhorns mascot, is a steer, and it's become very clear that there are quite a few steers down in Austin, and not very many bulls. And let me tell you something: when Sark opened his mouth and he picked a fight with a bunch of West Texas boys, he should have known that he better get ready to pack a lunch, because we're ready to strap it on.
Hell yeah.
We're ready to spot the ball, and we're ready to go. So September 3rd, September 5th, you name the place, we'll be there, and we'll go at it.
Oh, man, I'm really scared. Wow. Come on, dude.
He's just, again, I know he's a hero in Lubbock, and Texas Tech fans, you should love the guy. I totally get it. Shut up. Like, just stop talking. This guy is only famous because he's rich. Cody Kardashian. He is only famous because he's rich. If Tech were in the position that Texas was in, they're not even close. You would never be like, yeah, we should play this game week 1. Cody Campbell can talk about how Bevo doesn't have his balls anymore, and neither does Texas. Oh, that's so funny, talking about it. They don't have balls and they're castrated in the testicles of the steer. And, oh, man, Cody, shut up. Like, just shut up, dude. This guy talks entirely too much. I get it. You're trying to be relevant. You're trying to make money for Tech. You want people to know you're rich. We get it. Why can't you at least just do me one solid? Go win something before you talk.
Yeah.
Go beat Oregon in the playoff. Go back to the playoff this year. Win a playoff game or 7. Go to the national championship. Be one of the best teams in the country. You're currently running your mouth so much, and you're reliant on a gambling addict to be your starting quarterback. You're not even in the same hemisphere as Texas. But Monty, Texas is a state, and even though it's a big state, the entire state's in the same hemisphere, Marty. Okay. No, it's not. Lubbock, just stop. You need to just talk less.
Yeah.
That's all I would say.
Yes.
Right? Like, I just
think there's a big little brother syndrome going on here, man.
Dude.
They're so desperate to be level with Texas. They're so desperate to, talk junk, and anytime someone does anything against them, they're just gonna go for broke, and it's just a bad look. You're emotional, you're out of control, you're just not. It's just not what it should be, and I think that's my biggest problem with the whole thing is that Texas Tech and Cody Campbell and Joey McGuire don't come off as good operators. They don't come off as mature and put together and well organized and doing a job. They come off as, West Texas kids who are in Lubbock and are wishing that they were in Arlington. Or Austin, I should say. That's what they come off as. And I think they don't understand that. And again, I'm just going to keep saying it. If you're going to go on the Pat McAfee show and say that stuff, like at some point that's going to come back to get you, and you damn well better win the Big 12. If you don't win the Big 12, dude, like this is going to come back for you 100%.
They're the best team in the Big 12.
I don't know.
Oh wait.
I don't think definitively are.
There's a quarterback in Provo who would argue that you're not. And I think that's the biggest question to me is how much do you believe in Bear Bachmeier and BYU? I think they're going to be very good. Texas Tech without Brendan Sorsby is going to be fine. I'm a big Will Hammond believer, but BYU and Texas Tech will still play for the Big 12 championship. Perhaps. Stop moving your hands like that, Monty. It doesn't look like you're lifting barbells. I mean, Message is clear. Don't get in any trouble. That's off the field issues, according to the NCAA. He can't win this thing today, right?
No.
If it's tempered glass, the corners are weak spots, and they designed to shatter like that because a lot of sharp pieces when it shatters like that. Yeah, well, I found out the hard way. That was brutal. That was brutal. I hate Texas, but Sark wasn't wrong about what he said, and they have zero incentive to play that game. None whatsoever. Bro, you look at, okay, here's Texas's schedule. Texas State, Ohio State, UTSA, at Tennessee, Oklahoma. So the Red River rivalry is week 6 of the season, or week 5, I guess it would be 1, 2, 3, 5. Then from there, they go Florida, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, at Missouri, at LSU, Arkansas, at Texas A&M. Why would you add that game?
You wouldn't. That's the point.
You wouldn't. That's exactly right. But
and I don't know why Sark is talking either, though. Like, I don't know why you decided to do this.
There is that. But then there's Texas Tech's schedule. Abilene at Oregon State, Houston, Sam Houston. Colorado, Arizona State, at Cincinnati, Arizona, West Virginia, at Oak State, at Baylor, TCU. So let me get this right. You start the year with cupcakes. You end the year with 3 soft-ass teams in Oak State, Baylor, and TCU. And we're supposed to believe that your most difficult road game, you don't have a difficult road game. At Oregon State, at Colorado, at Cincinnati, at Oak State, at Baylor. You don't have a tough road game. But your home schedule is stacked, right? With Abilene, Houston, Sam Houston, Arizona State. Arizona is your best game of the year at home. West Virginia, TCU. And you now, I get it. Now I know why you want to swap Texas. Because you don't play anybody. And Texas would go undefeated with that. You know, we need Texas versus Texas Tech in week 1. No, we don't. It'd be fun. How cool to start the year with a non-conference game at AT&T Stadium.
You're going to go to that, right?
Not
because
to
you're a
mention
Baylor fan?
Well, I thought he was a Missouri fan.
Oh, I've lost track now, you know.
Or Cincinnati or Syracuse fan. My bad. He's a Syracuse.
The Cuse.
And Tech will start the year with a loss. That could be true. Nothing at all for Texas to gain. 47 straight. For Texas' sake, they shouldn't. For college football's sake, they should. I mean, there's nobody who does. We'd all watch that game.
Yeah.
We'd all be eating Smokies and barbecue sauce.
Barbecue.
You know. Well, now that Jake lives in the land of crappy barbecue. Have you gone out to eat yet?
Nope.
Good. Fat ass. The win for Texas would be that.
Fat.
You got nothing on that? Okay. Have you been to a QT yet?
Yes, once yesterday to get water.
Roller food.
You'd be proud of me. They had fresh taquitos on the roller, and I said no. I said no.
I highly doubt that. I don't believe you. You're lying.
Okay, call me Cody, right?
We're all supposed to sit here and believe you passed on fresh taquitos off a roller that has fecal matter on it.
Yes.
And kick a person when he's down.
I have trouble believing that.
What?
But, you know.
Listen, I'm the victim here. I have a condition and QT is weaponizing that against me. So, you know.
Your condition is you're fat.
Yeah, I mean, but again, I have a condition and they're weaponizing that against me. And so, you know, it's unfair of them and such as in life.
Right. Yes, please hit the like button, you dirty casuals, here on the Monty Show, presented by The Advocates at theadvocates.com. The best injury attorneys in the business, 24/7, 365. The Advocates remind you that we have just begun the 100 most deadly days on the roads. Please slow down. Please be careful. Take an extra look. Take an extra look. There's a lot more people around, especially when you're driving in our neighborhoods. Please slow down. And just because they're a Texas Tech fan does not mean you should speed up. And stop. As a fan, I want to see this game. Yes, from Texas perspective, it's not a good idea. Exactly right. I have zero issues with a donor floating a program. I think some fans develop that new money personality, though. Totally agree. Totally agree. Mark Cuban is doing the same thing at Indiana, but you don't see Mark Cuban running all over the place.
But why?
Because he knows it's better off not to play anybody good.
But they won a national championship, so he doesn't have to talk now.
Yeah. Jake Young wants somebody to ask Brendan Sorsby what the over-under on Texas.
He would know, wouldn't he? He would know. Yeah.
Bear will be an All-American.
I would guess.
The question is, will Bear win the Heisman Trophy? Oh, Monty, you're talking out your butthole. No, I'm not.
All due respect.
BYU's schedule. Utah Tech, 0-1. Arizona.
Sleeping giant.
Arizona, Colorado State, TCU. So you're three soft-ass teams in Arizona, but that Arizona game's on Fox and Provo. Iowa State, and then the beloved Notre Dame.
Right.
At UCF, Arizona, at Utah, Baylor, at Kansas, Cincinnati. So that's potentially a 3-loss schedule because you're going to lose to Notre Dame.
Right.
The Utah game's always a toss-up, even though they don't have employees at Utah anymore, and we're going to talk about that. And then, according to Oak State James,
you don't have employees at Utah anymore.
Apparently not. And then, according to the Oklahoma State fan James, Pastor James White, whose life's work is to rid the church of pedophilia, which legitimately he has a channel where he says, "My life's never mind." The point is,
right?
DJ Lagway is an incredible quarterback, and Dave Aranda is the best coach in the conference next to Sonny Dykes.
Everybody needs to get a life, bro.
So you're going to lose to Baylor, I would think, at BYU when they come to Provo. I don't see, according to James, I don't see any way you.
Yeah, how could they get by that team? I mean,
Baylor's the best team in the world.
Yeah.
The natural. We all know it's easy to talk that much when you know the game isn't going to happen. Cody, dude, is a real clown. I don't think he's a clown. I just think Cody Campbell's that guy that likes being famous. He's Ryan Smith, the owner of the Jazz. What do they both have in common? They both go on the Pat McAfee show and
they talk too much.
They get knee padded, and I get it. Texas Tech has a death wish wanting to call out Texas. This coming from an OU fan.
Now, at least Cody Campbell gets the jerseys right.
I want to make an SGA comment, but I'm not going to.
Come on, dude.
That was one of the most satisfying losses of my entire life.
Did I not predict that?
We're
going
to talk about the flop.
Oh, we're going to get to the Tower Chief logs.
Don't you worry about that. But it'd be cool if they met in the playoffs. That it would. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. I'll tell you exactly why Sark said it, because that schedule Monty just read has Sark giving a preemptive excuse for missing the CFP both years, having Golden Arch as his starter.
Okay, we can talk about that. I mean, that's, you want to talk about that? That's legit.
Put a percentage on this game happening? I put it at 0.
0. Yeah, it's not going to happen. No way. It's putting it lightly to say that Texas has no need to play this game. But I think I don't understand why Sark said what he said. I mean, he knew what he was doing. You knew that you were poking the bear or the little bear.
He did.
You knew what you were doing. But I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to stir it up a little bit.
I don't know. I think my opinion is, just my opinion, this game's not going to happen and Brendan Sorsby's not going to be eligible.
Yeah.
And again, it's remarkable. It is remarkable that you have the Speaker of the Texas House of Representatives as your attorney. That in and of itself tells you, dude, the bros in Lubbock are connected.
I guess the hard part is like with that point, I just view it as such a cesspool, you know, like with guys like Cody Campbell who are clearly in conversations with Ted Cruz and these different people. And, you know, like I just view it as like,
Ted, pull our media rights, bro.
right? Like, oh my, and then Ted Cruz over the weekend is like, oh, it's our last best chance to save college football. And I'm like,
shut up, Ted.
Shut the hell up and go back to writing some meaningless ass piece of legislation that nobody cares about. Because
do you guys understand that this Ted Cruz bill does not mandate the SEC to pool its media rights? You understand that, right? Like, it does not.
No.
And again, I'm going to continue to say what I've said for a month on this show. Whether it's expanding the college football playoff to 24. Oh, I'm sorry. Whether it's expanding the college football playoff to 24 or pooling your media rights, it's socialism. It's welfare.
That man his money.
It's welfare. It's a snap card for the people who don't want to do what needs to be done. That's what this is.
Or the cheaters who go out and get guys who gamble on football and then, you know, are somehow allowed to play allegedly and can't go out and get Sam Levitt because, you know, LSU stepped in.
Ryan Duffy, who is a red ass and says mean, hurtful things because I don't know why. I just wanted to pick on you. Seriously, though, why is Sark punching down? You don't see the Georgia, Notre Dame, Ohio State, or Indiana head coaches spending 1 second talking about that.
What do those schools have to do with Tech? Those schools don't even acknowledge Tech's existence.
Football, first of all, look, Ryan Duffy, if you don't know the difference between a bull and a steer, I don't even know why we're talking.
You don't even watch ball, dude.
Duh. Second of all, it's not that he doesn't watch ball. In the case of Texas, he doesn't watch balls. Two of them, and actually
This case is empty.
You know,
Empty. The opposite of full.
It's a pretty good line from Cody Campbell. But, you know, I think this is what football in Texas is. It's the off season. It's the spring and summer. It's going to be 86 degrees in Seattle tomorrow. This is the time of year to do that. Right? So, U of U cutting athletic department jobs, private equity money, hard at work. What is happening on the Hill?
Oh, man, dude.
We'll get to that in 10 minutes. This story at Utah is ugly. Jake's addiction is roller food. And it's being weaponized against him.
Yeah, I'm a victim, dude.
QT.
I mean, come on, dude. I'm like,
clearly is weaponizing Jake's fat assery against him.
I mean, all the marketing I see. I mean, come on, dude. Don't they know I have a condition? Like, come on.
Yeah, it's called come and go.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
I'd love it to be wider.
James, why would an Oak State fan care about Tech versus Texas? Maybe you should be yelling about Oak State versus Oklahoma. Point taken. Scoop.
Well played, Tom.
Secure your loads on the road, please.
So see what he did there? That's a loads on the roads reference. Loads and loads, like it's semis and dudes and loads and steers and bulls. That's what he's doing there.
Roche, who likes shitty football teams. BYU is going to lose to Utah this year. Ooh. Stupid avatar. Jake, where did you move to?
Kansas City.
Kansas. Yes, James, poor Texas. They definitely need some national media coverage with an extra game on TV.
Well played. Well played. Yeah, well played.
Yeah, Texas gets no love from the media. I mean, man.
Wow.
Yeah, 0% chance we see that game.
Yeah.
0. Oak State fan James. And I just want to make this clear. I am never going to call you. What's your name? I'm never saying your name correctly. Not until you renounce that stupid TCU fandom that you made up. Ooh, my mentors. Anyway,
Never.
The pedo hunter, BYU and Utah both have to go to Fort Worth this year. Okay.
You forgot the rest of the comment, James. They BYU and Utah both have to go to Fort Worth this year to play the quarterback from Harvard and the offensive coordinator from UConn, the basketball school.
Why are they scrimmaging in Fort Worth? Is that where they're having spring ball, or why would? Maybe you could explain.
Come on, man.
I don't get it. I once got told by a cashier I was wrong at QT for putting a buffalo chicken roller in a hot dog bun.
Okay.
Is that not the point?
I don't stoop to this level, bro.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. You're putting a buffalo chicken roller in a hot dog bun?
Says the guy who likes fry sauce.
No, I actually hate fry sauce.
Shut up, Jake.
Yeah, I hate fry sauce.
Is that not the point, to make it a sandwich by slapping the chicken log into a bun? I slap the chicken log into buns.
Slapping a chicken log into a bun.
Although, bro, the meal prep this week was pretty okay. I missed a step. But the point is, we made ground turkey, fire roasted tomatoes, chopped red onion with whole wheat penne pasta mixed in. And it was, and then we put some butter in there.
Some butter.
With Italian seasoning, salt and pepper.
Was there enough butter for the toast?
Shut up, Jake. The point is, and actually no toast this week. We're standing at Whole Foods where English muffins are $79.99 on sale.
They're so good.
My wife was like, let's not get bread. Let's do English muffins this week. Sold.
So good, dude.
Sold. They were very good. Yeah. They were very good. I'm on a honey run that can't be explained.
It can be explained because you were on the cherry run, both literally and figuratively, and you've graduated from that now to honey.
But now I'm back to solid waste state, so I'm fine.
Excellent. Good.
The point is, honey is so sweet and so sticky.
Have you looked up the side effects of eating too much honey?
I haven't.
You have to check it before you wreck it.
Too late. The point is, bro, I'm telling you, honey's a game changer. Honey is a game changer. If you're not, slapping a chicken log in the bun sounds like a spicy Friday night.
I agree.
Okay. Is a taquito in a hot dog bun a sandwich? I believe it is.
No, I think it's a sandwich.
Got to put fry sauce on top of it. Casey is better than QT. What is Casey's?
A convenience store competitor that I've seen around that I haven't gone to.
First of all, nobody's Maverick.
Right.
Maverick is the GOAT.
Agreed.
It's not close. Ryan Duffy, early line on 6.5 Notre Dame versus Miami compared to 3.5 Notre Dame versus BYU feels a little disrespectful to Miami. Have you been to Provo?
Why don't you call Brendan Sorsby? He can give you some advice, right?
Shut up, Jake. Have you been to Have you been to Provo? Bro, do you know how hard it is to go to Provo and win? That is easily one of the most difficult. There's a reason, that time slot and channel are TBD. Because that game is going to be outrageous. That's a very difficult venue to go to.
Yeah.
So, I would also remind you, the Miami game's at the stadium. So that's also a home game.
Hey, Notre Dame might want to win that game.
It's going to be tough. I know you hate Darian Mensah, and I don't know why it's personal, but it's going to be tough. Right? Big Blue Horse is a member for 31 months.
Nice, dude.
Been here almost 3 years. Go Monty and go Gators. You guys are going to have a year this year. You're going to be good. That game is going to test everything Notre Dame has to win it. I would agree. Lloyd Carr's offspring needs to be, isn't CJ Lloyd's, I think, grandson? Whatever. It's all in the same line. The point is, I'm telling you that CJ Carr's going to have to be elite right out of the gate.
Yeah.
It's undefeated or bust. We lose a game, I'm off the Marcus train. I'll take his wardrobe because, again, his wardrobe is fire.
We don't take any shit.
But you lose a game this year And our schedule's not easy. I'm just telling you, our, I'm on the team and stuff.
Right.
Notre Dame's schedule is not easy. I think it's a lot more difficult than people give them credit for.
Right.
Starting off, Wisco, Rice, Michigan State at Purdue is not exactly a gauntlet. At North Carolina, Stanford, at BYU, Navy, Miami, Boston College, SMU. Okay, who are we kidding? We should go undefeated.
Oh, but Monty, BYU, Notre Dame's ducking BYU. They don't want to play the Mormons.
The BYU, Navy, Miami run, and we finish at Syracuse, where Oak State James will be doing a video about the Carrier Dome. That's where we have.
He's from Utica, Monty.
That stretch of games is going to be tough. Playing BYU and Miami in a 3-game stretch is not easy. Rock and Rant, I believe Casey's is famous for their pizza.
I was unaware of this.
When's the last time you had pizza, Jake? Yesterday.
It's been a while, bro. Honestly, it's been a while.
Mine was Friday night, Pagliacci's.
Okay. Sounds fancy.
Sucked. It sucked.
Okay.
I don't think, why is it so difficult? If I order this place in Seattle, Pagliacci's, I order the same pizza every time. Mushroom, onion, cheese, occasionally Italian sausage.
Uh-huh.
It's a different pizza every time I order it. Yet I keep ordering it, thinking it's going to change. It's not going to change. It's not going to change.
No.
It's not. Casey's is a little overrated. Come and Go has changed to Maverick now. Yes, Maverick bought Come and Go. So, what's the matter, Jake?
Nothing. Just I remember on Redwood seeing that Come and Go on the left, and they Maverick had enough of that.
Okay. They have roller food too. Okay. You guys in your
Dude, can you guys stop abusing my condition, dude? I don't need to know they have roller food.
The nice thing about Seattle is there really aren't convenience stores. There's gas stations that have food in them, and you would never eat in those establishments. But I do miss Maverick. 40-ouncer of Monster Ultra, the white can of Monster.
Yeah.
With a white top. You could count on that at Maverick. I can't even get a 40 of Monster Ultra here. Ridiculous. Yeah, we have bodegas everywhere in Seattle.
Yes.
And I love it. Like the delis and the delis are the deli game in Seattle is strong. The deli game here is strong. So, all right, let's get into this Utah situation, because I'm warning you now, this is an ugly conversation. And the national media has jumped all over this. And I'm going to again ask, is Mark Harlan on the clock at Utah? No, he is not. Private equity is what it is. This is not, and I think a lot of people are missing the point on this. I don't believe that these layoffs are a result of private equity. I believe these layoffs are a result of Utah being behind the financial curve. And you can use the cover of private equity, reshuffling, reshaping. You're not making enough money at Utah. Bottom line. Bottom line. You're not making enough money at Utah. Just use that in your back of your mind. Use that. So you remember, Utah did a private equity deal. They took a bunch of money. They gave away 33% of their athletic department. Everything's great. They were applauded, largely. They were applauded for their deal with private equity. But I don't believe that this is because of, what is it? Otro Capital. Otro, you say Cinco, I say De Mayo.
Right.
I don't believe that's what this is. And I think the $500 million deal that Utah did, very necessary to survive at their level, because they don't do what BYU does. They don't do what the rest of the Big 12 offices do, where they have people whose only job is to make you millions and millions of dollars. You figure it out, because I can't, don't know why. My point is, laying people off with this certain types of verbiage, discontinuation of individual positions through a riff. That's how you described it. Individual positions discontinued. Could you get any more impersonal? The process of transitioning select units of some university operations to the new company, which is called, so essentially what happened is you took $500 million from the devil. The devil said, create a new entity, Crimson Brand Partners. And now everybody that's being laid off has to lose their job and then apply for a new job at the new company, which is a simple way of saying we're not keeping all these people. We're going to reduce headcount. And we're going to help these people in their transition, because they're our friends. This is a tough time.
Difficult time, Monty.
This is what's wrong in the Big 12. You're not making enough money. You have bad people making bad decisions, which create bad culture and bad results. That's what this is in the Big 12. We can sit here and spin this, but if I said to you, Brett Yormark is a wonderful speaker, but in this bite, is he talking about the University of Utah?
Talking about growing, expanding your conference, as in adding. You're talking in a different.
No, my
type
reference
of
to growth is, how do we grow resources and create value for our member institutions?
Okay.
And you've got to be ready for that moment, which we are, and we've been building towards it. And
when you say that moment, I'm sorry, that moment where conference alignments potentially change.
Listen, I love the composition of this conference. Okay, so there's no focus on realignment. For me, it's all about growth. And when I think about growth, is how do I create value, material value, resources, okay, for our member institutions. And we're doing that commercially. We took all of our commercial business in-house. We're controlling all revenue from a conference perspective, very different than, some of my colleagues. And we're very aggressive about going into the marketplace, creating a point of difference, and getting people to vote yes for the Big 12.
Is any of that what Utah's doing? Does any of that resonate if you're a Utah fan or an employee who's being laid off at Utah? Does any of that brand partnerships and money making and revenue generation and growing the budget at Utah, does any of that resonate in Salt Lake City? And the answer is no. And people are going to use this to blame private equity. I am telling you, private equity is not the problem. This is what I say about what's going on in Fort Worth, Waco. Pick the crappy football team in your favorite conference. It's bad people making bad decisions. And you're starting to see the business operations in the Big 12 falter. And you want to blame Greg Sankey, and you want to vilify Greg Sankey, and you want to say, hey, welfare for everybody, pool our media rights. Well, why don't you fire Sonny Dykes then? Fire Sonny Dykes and show me you're serious about winning games. Fire Dave Aranda and show me you're serious about winning games. But you won't do that. Spend the money that's required at Iowa State to win games. Spend the money that's required at Kansas football to win football games. Congratulations, you're a basketball school. Spend the money at UCF to hire somebody who's not fucking Scott Frost. right? Spend the money at Cincinnati. Well, you would if Sorsby would pay it. But the point is, you have so many teams in this league that don't spend money. And it's bad people making bad decisions. And you want to vilify private equity. I just don't believe this is a private equity problem.
No, it's private equity is a rug that you're hiding under, right? You're in a place where, you did your own unique private equity deal, and everyone's like, "Oh man, this is awesome. This is awesome." But I remember talking about it the day it happened on the show, as usual. Here we go again. What did we tell you guys? Hey, there are going to be, what's the terminology? Say it with me. Unintended consequences of you taking private equity deals because you don't make enough money. Because in my opinion, the University of Utah, especially in athletics, does not prioritize revenue generation. And so then it's like, oh, well, man, dude, Witt leaves the football program and we're going to vilify him on the way out, only to have Morgan Scalley do another, slap together interview where he defends Witt and says it wasn't on Witt. Now we've got, these Mark Harlan questions, and now we're talking about layoffs not layoffs, a reduction in force.
No. It's an what did Mark Harlan say? It's an unsettling transition for impacted employees.
So, hey, peasants, you're going to get laid off and I'm going to keep making my money. So it's going to be an unpleasant experience for you. Sorry about that, but I'm not actually sorry about that.
Transition for impacted employees.
How disengaged are you, dude? How unconnected are you to what you're doing to people? And it's really to me troubling, because you shouldn't have to be taking private equity. That's always been my problem with private equity at the institution level. I understand the play at the conference level. At the conference offices, if you want to do a deal with a private equity firm to just invest in the league's future, push the league forward, overall value proposition. Hey, cool, man. I can understand that. People aren't, again, not even being a red ass, but that's not going to make people get laid off or do anything crazy. That's just going to help, push the conference forward in totality. But the moment you go to the institution level, now you've said, hey, I'm Mark Harlan. I'm Taylor Randall. We're essentially having to pass the buck off to the controlling interest, which is this private equity firm, who's saying, hey, you guys got to lay these people off. And yeah, we'll take a handful of them back at this new company we created, but we're not going to take them all because this is a reduction in force.
As unsettling.
And yeah, sorry, it's an unsettling situation or transition, guys, but it's just what we have to do. Try to, hey, Mark, and those powers that be with this dude, can we stop talking in corporatese and simply tell the truth, which is, yeah, guys, you know what? We did take this private equity deal because we're trying to get X, Y, and Z done. And unfortunately, as part of that process, we're going to have to lay some people off. And we know that sucks. Here's what we're doing about it. This is the best we have to offer. But this is unfortunately part of the process with where we're going.
And understand that this new Crimson brand partners, they're in charge of ticketing, licensing, and sponsorships.
Well, none of that's important to make money, right?
I say, why are you in bed with Under Armour?
Come on, dude.
Is there no way for you to get out of your Under Armour deal?
Apparently not. Adidas would be better.
Because their Under Armour deal sucks. Right? I think that Utah's uniforms are always incredible, and the Under Armour deal is terrible.
Yeah.
It just is.
It hurts you in
crazy
recruiting.
To me.
There's no question about it. It hurts you in recruiting.
Yes.
It hurts your reputation as a football team. No question about it. Again, I've seen both apparel packages first person, and the Nike package is miles better. It's not even close. And everyone's going to say, oh, well, there's so many other reasons to go to the University of Utah, and there's this and there's that. And I'm telling you that players, staff, anybody related to an athletic program that works in it day to day, works with the players on field in that thing every single day, not in an admin or C-suite level office every day, cares about the apparel package, and Under Armour is not helping you. And the real problem is that throw all that out the window. Because again, with what we're talking about, who cares about all those people? None of those people matter, right? We don't give a damn about those people. The real problem is the Under Armour deal isn't making you guys money. And that's the problem, dude. And we've been saying it for, good Lord, it must be 4 years now. Like, we've been saying it since the Ohio State Rose Bowl loss. Hey, what are you guys going to do to backfill and get more guys on this roster so when Cam Rising gets hurt, you got someone behind him? And that led us down the path of more money. You know, you need NIL stuff. It goes all the, dude, it goes all the way back to the Ken Garff truck deal for Utah. And that's basically the only NIL deal that anyone knows about in your collective. So we're talking about a program here in a leadership group that doesn't know how to do NIL. And I'm supposed to believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm supposed to believe that Mark Harlan and this leadership group, and again, I respect them, but I don't believe that they're capable of taking a private equity deal and parlaying that into a football program and an athletic department to make more money. Sorry, dude, I don't buy that. There's nothing here. It's not personal, but any of the behavior does not say that they can do that. That's just, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and I don't know how you turn this around at Utah. I think I would love to see better branding at Utah. I would love to see more commercial revenue. You have a really good home field advantage. You have a very passionate fan base. Ticket prices continue to go up, and at some point, you've got to win big. And I go back to bad people making bad decisions, pushing Kyle Whittingham out, paying him tens of millions of dollars to leave, coming off of what was, without question, one of his best seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And you pushed him out for an unproven coach who's never had to recruit from the head coach's office, build a program, be in charge of everything. And you lost significant infrastructure as part of that. And I just don't see how over the next 2 years this ends well for Utah. And BYU just keeps on course. They retain Kalani, they pay him, they give him control. Like, they're running away from you at BYU. BYU is miles ahead of Utah, which, if you're a Utah fan, is really hard to hear.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like this where you're laying people off that I don't get it. Man, I want to understand it and I don't get it. I don't understand it. But we'll see. Like, I want to see what it is that we end up with and how we at some point spin this into a good thing. Because I don't know that we can. I don't know that we can.
Yeah, I don't know what the positive spin is. I don't know, man. I don't know. And I don't know what the long-term implications will be of this at all. And it concerns me.
I would agree with that. I don't know what the long-term implications of this in any way, shape, or form are.
Yeah.
I really don't know. So we'll find out. We'll find out exactly what that looks like. By the way, just as a point, the Brendan Sorsby injunction case is underway in Texas. We will keep you up to date with that. I am amazed. You can't tell me Cody Campbell's not funding his attorneys.
There's no way around it, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I think that Cody has a stake in this. There's no question about it. I mean,
huge stake.
You know, again, my speculation, my opinion is that mistakes were made in the signing of Brendan Sorsby, and now you're having to try to clean this up. And, you know, I'm curious what that's going to look like for them.
$90,000, admittedly. Brendan Sorsby bet $90,000 in 4 years, including during his time in Lubbock.
Yeah, bro.
Including on Indiana football when he was on the Indiana football team. And you're going to make the argument to a judge today that,
nah, nothing to see here. No big deal.
I'm very interested to see exactly what this looks like and how this plays out. So,
yeah, better
you
yet,
cannot make this cat eligible.
Yeah, better yet, we're not going to go no big deal. We're going to go full victimhood, and we're going to talk about how the NCAA is corrupt and, you know, there are a bunch of hypocrites, and, you know, how could you punish Brendan when the NCAA is doing X, Y, and Z? I just think it's such a yeah, but argument, dude. It
really is.
It's such a, oh, this, you know, yeah, sure. Did we gamble? Yeah, but look at the NCAA. How are you going to punish us when they're out here doing what they're doing? And it's like, yeah, the problem is, and the difference is what the NCAA is doing is not illegal. It's business. It's the art of sports business, man. Like it doesn't, and by the way, even if what they were doing is illegal, that doesn't make what you did right. Like two wrongs don't make a right. And I'm not even sure we're talking about two wrongs here, bro. We're talking about you gambling on your own team at Indiana and in other situations. Like I really wish that college athletics hadn't lost its integrity at the player level. The idea of, hey, like what's right and wrong here as a player? But like, hey, I'm Charles Bediako. What's right and wrong here? Should I really be trying to come back to Alabama? Hey, I'm this guy or that guy. Should I really be trying to do this? Or would it not be better? And would it not be a more high character decision to go to the supplemental draft? Like, I just, it's crazy.
And especially at a time, and I guess I just don't, maybe I'm just stupid. Things in Texas, at Texas Tech are really good. Like, again, the softball program's really good. You look at the, didn't they beat UCLA yesterday or something? Like,
yes.
Like in a thrilling game after UCLA, like it just was an incredible. You have all this good stuff happening. Why are you defending Brendan Sorsby? Why are you doing it? I'll never understand it, bro.
Yes.
He cannot win this case today. And I know we've talked about it ad nauseum today, and I don't mean to go back over it, but this is the very fact that this is happening it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And again, I can't believe that he would win.
No way. No, if you're a judge with any self-respect, you're denying this. There's just no, I just don't know how you in good conscience say yes to this. I have no idea. No clue.
No idea. And just listening to or reading some of the reaction, and yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah, Ken Curry, the University of Houston law graduate, has convened, and so we are underway. And you'll remember that Philip Hayes, the judge, the Texas Tech alum, recused himself, and it's going to be really interesting to see.
Which I actually was pleasantly surprised by, I might add.
I mean, the fact that you have these three attorneys representing Brendan Sorsby, if there's ever Dustin Burrows, Ted Liggett, and Jeffrey Kessler, if there's an all-star team better than that, I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
If I was trying to get away with murder, those three bros might be my first call.
100%.
Right? Because I just don't know how that's incredible, dude. That's incredible. So as soon as we get details, we'll pass them along. Obviously, I think it's a huge day.
Yes.
I think it is a huge day. Huge day. Paxton says the floodgates will open if he wins this case. I think that's very true. And I cannot say it enough. This is the moment. This is the beginning and the end of the future of college sports. If he wins this case today, if Brendan Sorsby wins this case, he will be the first one really ever to overcome an admittance of gambling on his own team that he was a member of and then be allowed to compete on the field or court. He will be the first one.
Yeah.
I can't imagine to see I can't imagine that happening. I really don't. I don't. I mean, the guy legitimately, in my opinion, should never play college football again. This should not even be.
It should be black or white.
This is also why we need collective bargaining, and I will continue to say we need a players' union and collective bargaining so that this kind of stuff does not happen. Because if you had collective bargaining, Brendan Sorsby, we would not be having this conversation today.
Right.
We would be talking more about Joey McGuire and Steve Sarkisian. But yet here we are with college football, major college football, in a courtroom deciding the sentiment. Is sentiment the right word, or just deciding the overall tenor and tone and direction of the college
precedent,
game?
Dude. Setting a precedent for the future. That's what we're doing today.
It's crazy to me. It legitimately, yeah, whataboutisms? Yeah. Exactly right. It's just wild to me. Deliric, so when Sorsby loses, who will be Tech's quarterback?
Will Hammond.
Will Hammond. And he's a good one. He's a very good one. Right? I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Big Daddy Dallas, hello. Happy June 1st. Nice to see Jake made it safe and sound. I hope you guys, I hope you enjoy your new journey in Missouri.
Thank you, sir.
You know, Paxton wants you to know the Sorsby injunction hearing has started.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yes.
You know, it's fine. It is what it is. LMAO, here comes Utah fan to tell us why they will win the Natty and get a Big Ten invite any day now. That Utah fan is known for that. Mapes, but Utah is a Big Ten team, Monty. There you go. I've never said, just so that we're clear, I've never said that.
FTR.
It's on YouTube. Check it.
Not last week, but a couple weeks ago, you know.
So what if we had to use the reserve funds the last 2 years to cover up a $55 million in losses? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, just use your daily operating fund to, pay for stuff. It's not what's a big deal? What's a big deal?
You know, it is what it is, and it's fine. It's fine. Waiting at the VA, fun times. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you're well. Hope you are well. Dale Donich, Utah being in the Big 12 is the greatest thing for BYU. I believe BYU has created a prison for Utah as long as they are in the Big 12. BYU is taking their players, getting better recruits, and well, BYU's running circles around Utah right now. Yeah. It's a cycle. It will change. I think the people at Utah will figure it out. There's some smart people there. But I've lost total faith in Mark Harlan.
Yeah. Total faith.
Brandon Butler. The kid should not be allowed to play football at all again. I would not have him on my NFL roster either, Sorsby. Ryan Duffy, Your Honor, we would like to call our next witness to the stand, Kobayashi. There you go. Sorsby gives a new and bad meaning to betting on yourself. God damn. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
And by the way, if we're going to be making Kobayashi references, that's not bro's name that you're referencing with Otani. You're referencing Ipe. So just get it right if you're making that reference.
Ipe. I know. It's all good, Paxton. Not sure how private equity will work out, but the last 2 years, Utah had to pay off Pac-12 conference debt and pay for conference change expenses on top of that revenue sharing. In all fairness, exactly right.
But you made that decision, right?
Yeah,
you're not a victim here.
You're laying in the bed that you've made, even though I think the decisions were right. You couldn't stay in the Pac-12, right? Obviously, but I also think you've gone for so long not doing the bare minimum requirement, like NIL. How Utah is still way behind the curve in NIL.
Yep.
Right? Like they've never been on top of the NIL game. Never. Sorsby bringing in a House Speaker as a lawyer is like the Godfather to when they send the guy's brother in from Sicily to make him shut up against Michael in front of Congress. Yeah, it's incredible. Jake doesn't know that reference. He's never seen the
Nope, I don't know that reference. I'm a peasant.
Two shakes moved again. Indeed. Sandman Soldier. If Sorsby wins, then need to play the gambler by Kenny Rogers every time he comes on the field. Oh, and people will. That existence will be tough. If Sorsby wins in court, does the Big 12 have the ability to apply restrictions, penalties to Texas Tech if they play him? No. It's an injunction. The Big 12 has already said they're not going to certify him to play. So, Roquette. Utah is still going to be fun to watch. We'll find out. Right? I think Morgan Scalley will be the whole Witt thing. I don't know how anybody's fine with the Witt situation.
Yeah, they'll be fine when you win the conference again. That's when you'll be fine.
Yeah. Let him repent and play next year.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys. My fault. I'm sorry.
Brandon Butler, does Sorsby have a translator? Doesn't Ohio speak a different dialect of English than West Texas? I believe they do. Ahaya, I believe they do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ryan Duffy, Jake, the Kobayashi was a hot dog eating reference.
Yeah, I don't see the relation, but
you like to slurp glizzies, don't you, Jake?
I'm unfamiliar with it.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently. Yeah, boy, some of the reaction online. I'm really curious to see. Yeah, I just want to see what it all happens. I want to see what this looks like and how long until we get a ruling. Like, I'm ready to go, dude. I want it, and I want it now. I want my ruling now. I still put it at 0%, which is not, yeah. This should be done by lunch, you would think, you would hope. Yeah, he bet on that. Are we not all picking this up? He bet on the hot dog eating contest.
Oh, no, I hadn't picked that up. No, that's my fault.
You eat him off the roller, but you don't know who's betting on it. Okay.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised. The question should be, what didn't he bet on?
That's probably true. Real quick to finish up the Utah conversation, because I love saying canary in a coal mine. Do you believe that Utah is emblematic of what private equity does to athletic departments? Because I don't. I actually think private equity is very important if you use it like a line of credit. I don't love that they sold 33% of their business. You got $500 million out of it. But I think it's really important that private equity finds its niche. And I think Utah will get this worked out. I do believe Utah will get this worked out. But I also think, how do I say this gently? Because I think this will probably piss people off. Layoffs are not always a bad thing. Now, for the people getting laid off, that's a bad thing. But are you trimming fat? Is that what you're doing at Utah? Are these all necessary jobs? I guess we'll never know that. But the idea that this is all private money, bad money, private money, bad, people losing job, bad. Well, maybe are they redundancies? Did private equity come in and say, hey, we want efficiencies? Was there a mandate from Otro Capital to Utah? Have a hard time believing that.
Right.
But I think anytime something's new, change is going to be inevitable. And we as human beings do not like change at all.
No,
I don't believe that this is private equity's bad and everybody should run for their lives. That I don't. Then how do you justify how bad the Kyle Whittingham situation was and how poorly it was handled? Because that's just money that you threw into a campfire. You just lit those Benjis on fire and we're like, yeah, we don't need, millions of dollars.
Right.
Isn't that bad people making bad decisions what happened with Kyle Whittingham?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's Mark Harlan and company, leadership group at Utah making a decision. And, I would even contend saying that it was more on the boosters than it was on them. And, I just think that it is, look, if you win 10, 11 games, no one's going to say anything to you about it, but if you lose 3 games, lose 4 games, then you're going to start to have a conversation about it, I just think that you're putting Morgan Scalley in a really tough position here, man. I understand that he's been waiting. I understand that he wants it, and that's great, and I have no problem with that. But you're also at the same time saying, hey, dude, like right out of the gate, year one, we expect awesomeness. And I think that that's a really dangerous game to play, man. If you get off to a slow start and you're 0-1, let's say, or maybe you're 2-3 at some point or something. You get off to a slower start, fans are going to have questions.
Yeah.
And, so I think winning now more than ever is paramount. You have to win right now. It's got to happen.
Brendan Sorsby is apparently not at this hearing.
Uh-huh.
Are we surprised by that?
A little bit.
I'm surprised Brendan Sorsby is not, based on people in the room, Brendan Sorsby is not in the courtroom. I'm a little surprised by that. I'm surprised. I that's got to be tactical when you have those three lawyers sitting at your table and you're not there. Somebody told you not to be there.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me he didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Are you telling me he didn't want to be there?
Yeah, they clearly told him not to be there. And maybe that's to avoid any emotional influences or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's pretty crazy, dude.
That's interesting. He's not there.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. Honestly, the Utah athletic director's corporate BS speak comments about the layoff is really pissing me off this morning. It's not even my school. It's indicative of the country on some level, dude. Yeah. Seriously. 100%. I agree. Witt is just fine with the situation at Utah. He's getting paid by Utah to coach at Michigan and actually go for a CFP title.
Well, yeah, if you're Witt, you're fine with it.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Fan, I think Utah layoff is an example of what comes from most non-P2 programs as they try to keep up. Could be. Today's main story was not Sorsby. It's James claiming Texas Tech and me subsequently sending my diploma back as a result.
Right.
Yeah, now Texas Tech James. Maybe that's what I should call him.
Yeah, I need a new handle in the comments section. Red Raider James, Texas Tech James, Pew Pew James,
Well, he needs a ruling in the next 29 days. Yeah, to make it happen for the supplemental, yeah.
Tortilla thrower James.
Aren't we isn't today, I think I saw somebody tweet today's 100 days from NFL kickoff. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I
need it desperately.
The only thing Sorsby did not bet on is which of the 16 Big 12 teams will James become a fan of last.
Nah, man. How did he miss that opportunity, bro? I mean, the odds are so good.
Yes, it should be a lifetime ban. Totally agree. He is at a bachelor party in Vegas, I'm sure.
I'm sure he is.
I'm sure. Harlan went from being praised as an elite to questioned heavily. Really seems like BYU postgame was the tipping point. It's a shame Big 12 is more interesting with a powerful Utah. I would totally agree with that.
Yep.
Totally agree. I think the kind of point that's the kind of the point. You can't trust an administration that screwed up Whittingham so bad to have any clue and trust that these layoffs are in fact fat trimming versus incompetence on their part. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Brandon Butler. Brendan did not show up. I don't want you saying anything dumb. Well, listen, I was trying to get really close to my
Your
teammate,
Honor.
and none of them would Diddy party with me. So I went to the sports books. Like, do you know how ridiculous it is? Brendan Sorsby's argument as to why he bet on his team at Indiana was he wanted to be closer to his team because he couldn't play. He wasn't on the field playing. Do you know how stupid that is?
But at the same time, where do these lawyers come up with these arguments? I mean, seriously, and I said this the first day we learned about this. Do you understand? This guy brings you this case, and your defense is, oh, well, we'll just play the victim card. You were a victim of a bigger cycle, a bigger thing, and you did this to get closer to your teammates, and you weren't the bad guy. I mean, it's an incredible, I hate this, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, I never would have thought of this angle. And I can't believe it gets you a win. But my goodness, like you said earlier, if you're going to pay these guys, you expect a win. So that's what's so wild about this.
Yeah, buddy, Hey, did you bet on college sports? Yes. Okay, I'm going to drop this gavel. Good luck in the supplemental draft. That should be the beginning and the end of this hearing. It won't be, because guys like Jeffrey Kessler don't get paid to be silent. So, and we are now past the formalities of introducing attorneys for plaintiff and, defendant and,
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll see. I think it also needs to be noted, because we've gone on about the artillery in the room for Brendan Sorsby. I will just say that Taylor Askew is no pushover for the NCAA. He's with a little firm, that little firm, Holland and Knight.
Oh,
with all due respect.
I'm just telling you that Buddy he's nothing to play with. So we'll see. I don't know how this plays out, but the fact that we're watching, these are the two best heavyweight fighters in the ring together right now. These lawyers, these people,
these civilized legal professionals.
Yeah. Ryan Duffy, I spent all that money at the strip club because I'm a victim and I wanted to be closer to my wife. Exactly. Surprised that Sorbet did not come wearing his best I'm sorry tears face looking in front of the judge. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not there. Right? On Utah, Butler says this is a classic corporate restructure. Quote, please interview for your job to take it for less money and more work.
Facts.
Exactly. Been listening all morning. Just got a chance to watch. Is Jake okay? Is he being held captive? His video looks like he's being held hostage by Cody Campbell to plead for Sorbet. A lot of people are asking if you're in a prison cell, Jake.
Dude, I don't see any bars on the screen, so I'm not really sure what the prison cell reference is to. Sorry that I don't have my typical background while I'm in the process of moving. That's my fault. I know.
Marcus also wants to know if you just didn't bring a razor or if you're just being one of these, quote, you guys ready for this one?
Dude.
Is Jake just being one of these typical millennial dickheads and choosing not to shave today?
Bro, I drove 27 hours in 2 days. And get this. Get this. In the ultimate irony, and you'll love this, I'm sure. In the ultimate irony, in my second night in Kansas City, I was up at 2 a.m. last night under tornado watch. So I was up in the middle of the night last night in the basement running from a tornado, allegedly, only to go back to sleep for 2.5 hours. So forgive me for not looking, perfect with the background and apparently being ugly now. And, I'm just working on my game here. Okay. So
are you growing a beard?
Days.
Are you growing a beard?
Not like a full-on beard. No, I just haven't had a chance to get to it yet. So, I've just had a couple of things going on and, so we're working on it. I was also sick.
It's shaving. What do you mean get on it? It pull out a razor. It takes 32 seconds.
Yeah. It takes 32 seconds for those of you who, just shave every single day of your life.
Yeah. I'm not a beard guy. I didn't shave today. But bro, I don't grow facial hair. I freely admit I'm a prepubescent child when it comes to growing a beard.
No.
Right? Yeah, I can't do it. It's not my thing, but Marcus with the millennial bomb is,
bro. And listen, no love for the great connection and, good lighting and a quality camera. Like, you guys are spoiled on this show, dude. You guys are spoiled.
Well, we haven't seen good lighting yet. So when we get it,
I think the lighting's excellent. Okay. I think the lighting's real good.
Jake's going to have to live, laugh, love, sign up tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to get some obnoxious ass sign to hang on the wall tomorrow just to prove a point. Just
make sure you shave before you do that.
Yeah.
When is J2S. When is J2S wearing a Chiefs and Royals swag? Oh God, please
I'm
don't.
not. No, that's not
Dude.
happening. That is not happening, dude.
We will know the
I'm not a
hostage
traitor.
negotiations have begun. Just put a ring on it, Jake. You already are giving more than half, bro.
Dude, I'm not a Royals fan. And I'm certainly not a Chiefs fan.
You are. Yeah,
no,
you
I'm not. No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm
Nope.
gonna say you are.
Nope. Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah. You sold your soul.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
sure.
I'm not a Bears fan anymore since they're moving to Indiana now.
Yeah. I don't have an NFL team. That's well documented on this show.
I if the Bears, did you guys hear this update? The Bears are the Illinois legislature did not vote. The Senate passed it, the House didn't vote, and so the Bears don't have a funding bill. And now it looks like they're going to wind up moving to Indiana. Thanks a lot, James. Thanks for cursing the Bears. Another one on your belt. According to folks in the courtroom, Jeffrey Kessler's main argument says that the NCAA's failure to contractual commitments made in its constitution and regulations regarding reinstatement. The guy hasn't lived up to his contractual commitment to pay Cincinnati $1 million, and you're arguing, oh my God. They're saying that their lawsuit's based on the NCAA's failure to its own contractual commitments made in its constitution. This is the hypocrisy in these arguments is unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm going to say that that's not going to get it done, dude.
Wow. Jeffrey Kessler tells Judge Ken Curry that legal teams believe their declarations can be made without Brendan Sorsby present in the courtroom. Judge Ken Curry remarks that his son-in-law is a 2007 Texas Tech graduate. So this is just going to be Tombstone. This is going to be the OK Corral, right? Good luck getting any kind of clarity about where the judge sits, which probably means he's sitting in the right place. Kessler's argument,
it's ridiculous, dude.
Kessler's argument has him saying, quote, the NCAA should be required to support, not punish Brendan Sorsby. He did not engage in any gambling activity that raised any competitive integrity issues for the NCAA. Oh, other than betting on his own team. That's incredible. Kessler is having a copy of the NCAA Constitution and bylaws read to the court reporter. He's reading off Article 1, Section D, titled Principles, diving into the association's promise to protect the mental health of student athletes.
What does that have to do with your boy gambling on his own team? This is not a hard prosecution. We all agree with this, right? This is not difficult to poke right through this defense. Like, it just is not.
Wow. Yeah, this will be ongoing. It is, my guess is it's over before the day's over. And then we just are going to have to wait for a ruling. But this is, you're really arguing they are seriously going to play the mental health card.
Yep.
What a slap in the face. What an absolute slap in the face that this is to people who actually have mental health issues that impact their lives, and they don't make excuses for their criminality. And Sorsby is using his mental health as an excuse for his gambling that is against NCAA rules.
Yep.
I mean, come on. It's, again,
it's embarrassing, dude. It's honestly embarrassing.
Not to belabor this point, but at some point, don't we need to say, hey, our actions have consequences? Freedom is yours. Go do what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
But your actions have consequences. Your words have consequences. Yeah, here we go with the mental health card. And it's ridiculous, in my opinion, that you're going to play, that the NCAA weaponized his mental health.
It's crazy, dude. Here. It's crazy.
Get out of here. Quote, Kessler to the judge. Sorsby, quote, he did not engage in any gambling activities that raised any competitive integrity issues for the NCAA.
How can you say that?
He was on the Indiana football roster and bet on the Indiana football game. I'm amazed by it. I'm amazed by it. And you making the argument that his anxiety was one of the reasons that he was unable to control his gambling and it turned into an addiction. And the NCAA crazy. Has a right to support Sorsby. They do have a right to support Sorsby. That doesn't mean he's eligible to play football. It's not what that means.
I mean, you can't tell me they honestly expect the judge to approve this. Honestly, I mean,
I think very clearly they do.
I don't know, man. Maybe I just don't understand modern day legal arguing, but that's crazy, dude. That's insane.
Yeah, I'm amazed by it. I'm amazed by it. All right, before I whine and complain about Sorsby too much, can we talk about the NBA Finals? And we have a new America's team.
Mm-hmm.
And the finals are the Spurs and Knicks. Game 1's Wednesday, 7:30 on ABC. We'll hopefully by then find out what Sorsby's position on the game is.
And follow it.
I had to. I'm sorry. The San Antonio Spurs got to be America's team. Right? Jake, play the drop from Jim Harbaugh where he says got to be America's team.
Yeah, hang on.
The San Antonio Spurs.
Hang on one sec.
Got to be America's team.
Got to be America's team.
Because they took the great flopper out of the NBA playoffs. And I hate the San Antonio Spurs. Pretty much with
America's team.
With every inch of my colon, I hate the San Antonio Spurs.
And you do have an extra long colon, as we have,
medically verified.
Medically verified, yeah.
I have an extra long colon, and every inch of it hates the San Antonio Spurs until that Game 7, where largely Victor Wembanyama was not much of an offensive factor.
Victor's the way.
Oh, man, did he melt down on social media in my inbox. Yeah, I should probably play you some of these. Because Buddy was quaking in his
Big Daddy Magic.
He was, listen, here's what he sent me before the game.
Hey, it's game day. Game 7. Victor Wembanyama's in Oklahoma
City.
They're not getting the big, sexy fundamental Victor Wembanyama. They're getting pissed off. Let's end this shit right now, Victor Wembanyama. Natural disaster. Oklahoma's in pain. Victor's going into Oklahoma as a certified fucking villain and taking Game 7 and taking his rightful space. He took the sword out of the stone. He is the beloved face of the NBA.
Okay, so you understand what I was dealing with.
Right. This was pregame.
You're forgetting one
the shirt
thing.
Came off. I just want to point that out.
Victor's the hero to the masses. The father of the fatherless. The hero, the world needs.
Not the one we
low
deserve.
riding thugs. The moms working 2 shifts to support their kids. The sinner that found grace. And the unskilled carpentry people of this world.
The gamblers battling
Victor got this for them.
Anxiety.
For God and country. It's V-Day. Victory. Victor. And vengeance.
Okay. And listen, I get that. Okay. Then that night.
Player, you never, ever mention Shad Holmgren's name with Victor Wembanyama ever again. One's a certified pussy bitch, and the other one's Victor Wembanyama, the fucking GOAT.
Okay.
And then
Victor did it. Monty Show prophecy fulfilled. He's overrated. He can't do anything. He's the fucking face of the NBA. Now you don't watch everybody in the motherfucking NBA.
Bro.
okay, and then
Timothy,
laying in bed, no
I want to
shirt.
say thank you for everything you've done for me, man.
Coming down now.
You don't understand this. I had Victor. Everybody said he was going to be bad. And I tried to get the jab. I tried to tell everybody how good he was. Last time I was this right was Jimmer was going to be the biggest bust in NBA history.
And then we get a JIMMER bomb. Right? Like it's incredible. The tune and the
How
roller
does
coaster.
JIMMER always find his way into the conversation, dude?
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Okay, well, I'll do some Victor glazing. We can do some Victor glazing here. One, thank you, Victor. Thank you for coming through and putting OKC on their couch.
Got to be America's team.
Ending their season and doing the right thing by NBA fans.
Got to be America's team.
Thank you for overcoming the well-paid and well-positioned NBA officials who possess SGA's whistle and possess OKC's whistle. Thank you. Because I couldn't be more excited to watch Knicks and Spurs. I couldn't be more excited to watch Victor Wembanyama lose to the New York Knicks if they play like the Knicks and not the Bricks. So if they show up and they do their damn job, we should have a New York NBA champion, but we'll see what happens.
Jeffrey Kessler for Brendan Sorsby, arguing he never bet on the Indiana team in which a game he participated in. Quote, he did not engage in any activity designed to influence the outcome or integrity of any intercollegiate contest. That's not what the rule book says, so who cares? Who cares? How is that at all relevant? That is amazing. Kessler says the NCAA did not involve any professional to consider the mental health of Brendan Sorsby. They don't have to consider it. He broke a rule. He bet on his own team. I'm telling you right now, I swear if he gets, he took the sword out of the stone. Yes, he did. Right? It's gold. But Big Daddy Magic should be a protected citizen of the United States. You mean BDM took the Vance sword from his couch? I think he did.
Yes, that's correct, dude. That's correct. Yes.
Rock and rant. Let America's team win next year. I've never seen a championship in the NBA for the team I grew up on, and it's freaking time. It may never happen again. The Spurs have many years. I'm all in on the Knicks.
You're a Knicks fan now?
Yes,
how are you
I'm a Knicks fan.
No. Rock and rant. I know you're a Knicks fan. Rock and rant. How are you a Knicks fan, but you're a Miami fan? How does that pan? That's some Oak State James Utica crap.
Oak State James Utica crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got to be America's team.
Okay. Man, speaking of mental health issues, that video, seriously. Scoop. Sponsor is Love's Truck Stops. That's right.
Right.
Brandon Butler. Cat is going to pull Wemby from the basket, and then Brunson's going to eat. I would think so. I love the Knicks in this one. The thing I didn't understand is, one, Chet is a complete chump. Like, bro, you had one-on-one Victor Wembanyama with 5 fouls, and you flopped. All you had to do was go to the basket. They will blow the whistle. Victor Wembanyama fouls out of the game. And you chose to flop. I am so happy that Chet looked terrible. I am so happy that people have finally recognized that SGA is an incredible flop. That jumping into the defender and can never happen again in this league. That video was incredibly disturbing. Speaking of addiction and mental health issues, that's like the poster child. Oh, Big Daddy Magic's all right. Big Daddy Magic's all right.
He's having fun, bro.
Yeah, he's
having a good time.
He lives the roller coaster life, man. You know, Kessler reveals, what is he saying here? Jeffrey Kessler reveals Stephanie Schwind treated Brendan Sorsby in his time at the Algemus Gambling Recovery Center for his diagnosed gambling and adjustment disorder. This is wild now, what they're arguing in court. Why does it?
It doesn't. But that's entirely the point. Is they're going to say all this stuff to try to get people to emotionally buy in.
Man, trying to go back and forth between Chet being a scumbag and Brendan Sorsby, who's actually a scumbag,
and Jeffrey Kessler being a bigger scumbag.
You know, so according to Kessler, somebody can be before somebody can be suspended for targeting penalty, they must consider the mental health of the player. Apparently, that's
correct. Yeah, man, got to consider it.
This is a reach, and I just don't see how he wins this argument. And I'm very curious to see what the NCAA's attorneys say.
Yeah.
So, but do you like Knicks or do you like Spurs in this series, Jake?
No, I like Knicks in this series a lot. I think the Knicks do need to shoot it from three well to win this series, and they've been hot from three, so hopefully that continues. I agree with the take earlier that their clear angle is getting Cat onto Wemby and drawing Wemby away from the basket. I think that's the one thing you have to do. I think that, San Antonio, they like to get out and run. And I've said this for years on the show that if you're going to shoot a bunch of threes and you're going to give up all those long rebounds and allow the other team to run, you're going to lose games. I mean, it's just high percentage look after high percentage look when you do that. And when you've got a guy who's 7'5" or whatever he is running, he's covering a ton of ground, man. And you're not going to be able to keep up, and you're certainly not going to be able to contest him at the rim. So you've got to make shots. And if you make shots, then you're going to be fine. And I agree with you as well on the Chet foul thing with Wembanyama that the Knicks should be trying to get him into foul trouble because that series looks completely different if Victor Wembanyama picks up 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes of a game and is off the floor for 10 minutes. That's a huge swing in the game. And if they were to leave him out there and trust him not to get his third, and you can give him his third before the half, I mean, that's just a total change in a game. And at that point, you're playing a different ball game. So if the Knicks are smart and they show up correctly, I like them to win this series.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I like the Knicks in 6. So, Ryan Duffy, BDM should do a podcast with James sponsored by Come and Go. Too real. Too real. I grew up in New York and I went to college in Miami. I was born with the Knicks, Islanders, Mets, Jets, quad, hella fandom. Ooh, you're kind of where I am right now. The Hurricanes saved me from a complete misery until they added to it. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am so pissed off as a Chicago fan right now.
As you should be.
It's really disappointing.
It's unacceptable. It's just completely and utterly unacceptable what they're doing, or not doing, I should say.
Yeah, the Illinois legislature, who on June 1st now is adjourned until November. Fuck does that work? Can I get that job? Yeah, they didn't vote. The House of the Illinois legislature did not get a vote in on the Bears Stadium.
Which tells you they don't care about it. You don't care about that.
The Senate passed it. The House didn't even vote on it.
Like, come on, dude.
I don't know, man.
If you go to Hammond, Indiana, you should be dead to every Chicago Bears fan. Simple as that.
So let me recap this. The Bulls, ass. The Cubs, ass. The Blackhawks, ass. Head in the right direction, still ass.
Still ass.
The Bears moved to Hammond, Indiana.
after you won a playoff game for the first time in how long?
All I have in this life is my Bulls and Notre Dame, and I don't break them for anybody.
Nope. You shouldn't.
I have nothing in sports. I have nothing. I can't even get any of my favorite golfers to win a golf tournament. Right? Like, I'm stuck in a world where Rory McIlroy never plays golf anymore. Justin Thomas, he ain't winning nothing.
You're so fucked.
Nothing. I don't even have my favorite golfer. Chelsea Football Club, ass. Like, I have nothing.
All I have in this world is
my balls in Notre Dame. And I don't break them for nobody.
Do you understand?
Like, I have nothing. This is just the life that I live. And listen, most people put it at 75-25. Bears are moving to Hammond, Indiana.
Notre Dame, our mother.
Now, having said that, the fact that these assholes want to build this stadium on a literal toxic waste dump, hey, you do you.
What, a horse track full of crap wasn't good enough?
And I agree, Hammond, Indiana is closer than Arlington Heights to Chicago, but it's
a lot.
Indiana. It's not Illinois anymore. It's Indiana. It's a different, I don't know if you know this, that's a different state. Like, I have
Monty,
nothing.
they're going to parade through Chicago when they win the Super Bowl in 50 years.
I have nothing. And if the Bears move to Indiana, I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Why don't you just be a Colts fan at that point? Losers.
I mean, all my football teams would be in Indiana then. We'd be down the street from South Bend. It's so frustrating.
There's literally nothing sacred anymore, dude. Nothing. Literally nothing. None.
I don't know. I have no idea what to do with it. I really don't know what to do with it. I mean, I guess I should sue somebody over it. That'll probably get it done. But yeah, I have nothing. I don't even know. I don't know what I'll do if the Bears move to Indiana.
Be pissed. That's what you'll do. Be really pissed.
I don't know. I have no idea how I would feel about that. Right? Like, you think about Chicago sports. How is it that the White Sox are a better baseball team than the Chicago Cubs? Well, mainly because we don't hit the ball well and we can't pitch at all. Other than that, I mean, the fact that we can't get anybody out.
Oh, shit.
We just lost.
That's not a big deal, right?
We just lost 2 or 3 to the Cardinals.
Boom. Out of here.
Last week, didn't we lose like 16 games in a row last week? The manager is not fired. Right? We have the White Sox, who wear Chicago Bulls uniforms to play baseball, are better. The dynasty is not over. Are better than the Cubs. This is the life that I'm stuck in.
Well, Monty, why don't you just be a Jazz fan? I mean, at that point,
Yeah, because then I can AJ DeBanza and stuff.
Right. Frozen envelopes and everything.
Like, I'm at a point now where, like, the Lakers, I don't even want to talk about it.
The Suns.
I tried to be a Devin Booker fan. Little bitch.
That's the untrained eye.
I tried. And then Kevin Durant, he screwed that up.
Yeah, full meltdown mode.
So I still love Book. But, obviously, because having worked for them and around them, I'm a huge Laker fan. LeCap is a better golfer than he is. Don't even get me started.
No, LeSun is the best golfer, dude.
LeSun is a pretty good golfer. I just don't have sports happiness.
Yeah.
Right? Golf is And now I'm trying to pass this real estate exam. Can't even go to the range. Don't have time. Ass.
What, Russell Henley's not doing it for you, bro?
Oh, PXG boy almost won yesterday.
Yeah. In the
And then Russell
clubhouse at
Henley-
like 10 o'clock in the morning, and Russell Henley tracks him down all day, you know.
But then they go out. They go out to play a playoff hole. Henley hits it to within 4 feet. Buddy Chad Ramey, I think, hits it within 12 feet and just misses the putt low to send it to another. Like it's just the life I live. And then, so I had a very average round of golf on Saturday night. I'm not allowed to say on the golf course anymore. My wife says to me the other day. And so, like, I didn't say it one time. Yes, you did. Fucking asshole. No, you just said it.
No,
I didn't
you
say
did.
It. I didn't say, but you said I didn't say it.
So get your facts straight.
So
Why is
I
he
get to
taking advantage of your condition, dude? Come on.
I get to the 18th tee box, or the 9. We played 9. I got to the 9th tee, and I said to my wife, because the driver hadn't been bad, it just hadn't been good.
Oh dear. Oh my.
And so I said to my wife, I'm going to hit this. I'm going to swing this club as hard as I can swing it.
Who does that?
And I did. It was 300 right down the middle, pretty much. 80 yards in. Okay. Pins in front of the green. I'm going to take a 54 degree. I'm going to hit it 70 yards. It's going to bounce up, roll right to the hole. So apparently, because of, you may know that it rains in Seattle occasionally.
Oh, dear.
It's not the best situation, and we all know that.
So why wouldn't you put a drain tile 5 feet in front of the green? So I hit that 54 degree exactly where I wanted to hit it, stuck in the drain tile.
Oh dear. Oh my.
Plugged in the drain tile.
How long did it take you to find it? Because it
5
bugged?
minutes. Couldn't find it. Could not find it. My wife, I don't know what it is with her and balls.
And it's very powerful.
You know, she can find a golf ball no matter where it is. She'll find it. And hitting the ball well right now, I didn't lose a single ball playing on Saturday, right? Like, and it's plugged in a drain tile. And if that drain tile had not been there, you know, one of those metal drains.
Yes.
Long metal drain tile in the middle of the fairway, 5 feet in front of the green. You don't think that that's a problem? Anyway, wound up taking a par instead of a birdie. Shot a 40. Like, just terrible.
It makes me a loving father and a decent human being.
No, I'm not a decent human being. I'm more of a human being than I am somebody who can hit a putt, because I can't putt to save my ass right now. Anyway, it's fine. I cannot believe
No
that
sports
ball,
happiness.
I have nothing in my life.
Yeah, none. Nope, none.
None whatsoever.
Absolutely nothing.
None whatsoever. Nixon 6. Tomorrow we'll react in full to the Brendan Sorsby case, or as somebody said early, Sorbet. Brendan
Sorbet.
We'll talk about that tomorrow on the show. Lots more. As always, we're presented by The Advocates at theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. 24/7, 365 at theadvocates.com. 100 deadliest days on the roads right now. You guys slow down. Please slow down. There's so many people out. And if the worst happens, get the best at theadvocates.com. Until tomorrow, say goodbye, Jake.
Goodbye, Jake.